BSUP. Like,
No.
oh, I hate this fucking show.
Oh, I mean that
I
too.
just
Yeah,
stopped showing up.
So waiting for that.
No,
Damn.
Alien Earth, it's 2 hours of nothing. Fuck all happens. And how many characters do we have?
Oh god.
many.
Yeah.
Too many.
That's
Too
a good
many.
question. I haven't actually tried to count them yet. I mean, there's quite a lot. There's a lot going on. Well, I say there's a lot of people doing stuff. I don't think it translates to there's a lot going on because that would require more of a story.
Yeah. A better question is how many characters do we have? Like actual characters that you are following and invested in? Because oh my god, man.
I want to say
Invested in?
Yeah, invested in is not that many. I mean, there's like maybe 3 of them have something potentially going on. Like 2 of them are on screen at the moment, and then there's the weird tech pro guy who could be. I don't really know.
Cavalier.
Yeah, there's
man, Jesse Eisenberg.
Michael Cera's brother.
Yeah, that guy. I'm so sick of that dude already.
Yeah,
Said
me
like
too.
three
God
scenes.
damn.
Yeah, just an overarching statement about the series. I'm just sick and tired of this IP wasting great sci-fi concepts. For Prometheus, The Covenant, all the way to this now. There's ideas that could have worked, and they're always half baked and they're always shit. And you can tell from the very beginning that it's in the hands of the wrong people.
Well, that's the weird thing about this one in particular. Like, I think I would hate this significantly less if it were a sequel to Alien 4 as opposed to a prequel to Alien.
Yes.
I don't understand why they've made it a prequel. I don't think it works at all as a prequel.
No.
Obviously, like there's the major problems is like, wait, so you're telling me that by the time of Alien, actually there's already been xenomorphs on Earth and we know exactly what they are? That's a bit of a problem. But then it introduces, it's kind of the foundation problem where it's got a couple of interesting concepts which are brand new to itself and they do not belong in this universe. So you've got the premise, the opening text slate, which tells you, yeah, there's a war for the future of invincibility between, what is it, synthetics, androids, and cyborgs. And the corporations are backing different ones. Whichever one wins the battle for immortality will rule the universe. It's like, what? Hold on a sec. Just fucking scale it back. No, like, this has never been a thing in Alien. They don't control the universe. They barely control the solar system. How are we doing universes? What happens to the rest of them? And of course, like this has to end with 2 of those branches being extinguished. But if they'd set this after a later Alien film, then you could have made that kind of an expansion on preceding lore. But putting it before them is just mad.
Well, it never makes sense. Why would Weyland Yutani be interested in xenomorphs if you can already download your consciousness into a robot body? What's the point? Because the whole reason behind it was these xenomorphs can adapt to any environment. If we can harness that and give it to humanity, we can prosper throughout the galaxy. It's like a monkey paw wish. This one, it's just there's no point. You have immortal robot bodies that are superhuman, super strong. Fucking, what's the point?
Yeah, it makes all the other Alien films retarded because they would have been utilizing these. They wouldn't have sent a SWAT team. They would have sent these guys. It's just it ruins the logic of Alien and Aliens, which is frustrating because it forces you to choose between them, and you can't watch all these back to back in a logical way. Like Platoon saying, if this was at least further on the line, like a Resurrection, it might make a little bit more sense with the continuity there. But as a prequel, it just fucks everything up.
And even on its own, it's really not. It's just not good. It's your standard slop that that's floating around over the last couple of years. Like you have the really interesting concepts if you ignore it being a prequel and fucking everything up. And then it really just devolves into these 2 characters. Like I was saying behind the scenes here, like one character is just a child so that the writers have an excuse to make someone an idiot. And then the other character just has plot armor galore and is an idiot anyway.
But yeah, exactly. They don't need an excuse to make characters idiots because they're all fucking idiots. It's just that they think this one is more of an idiot than the others. It's like, but even that, like, I was willing to go along with it as an interesting concept. I already prefer it to Romulus just because, like, at least it gave me a couple of bits and pieces that I thought, okay, that's an interesting science fiction concept that in a better TV show would be interesting, which is more than I got from Romulus. But for this, you kind of assume something has to go badly wrong with these 2 in particular, and her especially, in order for this not to be the default model for immortal humans going forward. But So for anyone who hasn't caught up with this in chat, so there's this sort of young maverick, mad billionaire, trillionaire even, who is the head of a new mega corporation called Prodigy. And he has pioneered technology to transfer human consciousness from our bodies into synthetic bodies. And that's what this woman is. She's a child who was dying, and then they transferred her consciousness over. Interesting idea, potentially. What do they do to test it out, given this is a brand new, very rare, very expensive technology? Let's send them to be a SWAT team to investigate a crashed spaceship.
Any sense.
With no guns.
With no guns.
Training.
She takes a sword, right?
It's not even a sword. She just broke it off of
It's like what Mifregan did. She takes the fucking paper cutter off.
Yeah. And they're still getting used to adult bodies and the idea of not being children anymore. There's a lot you can explore there in terms of the psychological effects, and they just skip all that. Suddenly they're on a rescue mission. It's nonsense, and it makes an idea that could have been so interesting just seem childish so quickly, to the point where it's hard to take the rest of the show seriously. And go ahead.
Well, I don't know if they're making a point with this or if they have just confused themselves. But the problem with having the head of Prodigy be this young, very childish trillionaire is that unless they're going to go on and do the big twist and it's like, oh my goodness, he's actually a synthetic himself, and that's why he's a child all the way through.
Why his name is
Unless
Boy.
they're going to do that, then what they've done is they've established themselves no contrast by saying, hey, look, these are children in adult bodies. Oh, but actually, this is a perfectly normal human being who is also a child in an adult body. So what's so special? I don't get it.
Well, his motivation is stupid because he says he wants to have, the reason he's done this is because he wants to have an intelligent conversation with someone.
Why using kids then? It's just such a it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Children.
It's like that's his only character moment, really. Like he's got the two things. Like he wants the tech and he's gonna go beyond the Yutani chick to be able to get it. That's one. And this is him wanting to have a conversation with someone who's more intelligent than him. So his grand plan is to put fucking child minds into alien symbiote body. It's just it doesn't make any sense. It makes him a moron.
Because the hope is obviously they have all these brand new abilities and they will get smarter and cleverer, and already this could potentially break a lot of stuff later on, because already she is developing the ability to manipulate technology from afar. Like she can network with shit, she can change everything about it, she can hijack robots and all this incredibly important, powerful abilities that you never see during Alien or Aliens or Alien 3 or Alien 4. She can do all of this. So I guess his plan is, well, if they can learn really quickly and then they can exceed, human growth. But then why not just skip the process and put adults in their bodies instead? And they might be that I missed something and there's a reason why, but I didn't.
They had a line that said only kids can go because our minds are more pliable or malleable.
Oh,
adult minds
can't do that.
And I'm like, okay, you want to elaborate on that? If anything, no, just throw away line, fuck off. And then the rest of the story, you have to watch them just act like children. Where it's built. At least they covered it with their premise, but the portrayals are they're not entertaining because we don't know these people. All we know is what happened to them. From the characters that all got whatever the fuck you want to call that process, and these two, her entire thing with her brother, they didn't do anything to build it up. They had a shitty exposition scene of her talking to her stuffed animals to explain who the brother is. They had the retarded brown dude blurt out that this is her sister. And then they had a big reunion hug with the music blaring. And I'm supposed to give a fuck. I barely know any of you. They're just skipping so many things and undeveloping characters in a way that I really think as shit as the show is, if they had characters, it would immediately be an improvement. Because the set design is pretty decent.
If it had characters.
Yeah, if it had characters. If the show had characters, it's automatically a plus. But, you know what?
We'll see.
We'll
still
see,
got the rest of the season.
I will say the one thing in the show that I kind of find entertaining, at least, is the black cyborg dude. His performance is, at least pay attention when he's on screen. But I don't know, Ironheart... pretty shit, bro. We'll see.
But it's why doesn't anyone else have cyborg technology? Because as we've said before, these are interesting concepts in different shows. Like Deus Ex did cyborg and augmentation. Ghost in the Shell did what does it mean to be human if you can just change bodies? These are gigantic questions that this show just doesn't do anything with.
Exactly. It's my main issue. Same with like Prometheus and all the rest of them. They're incredible concepts that you can do so much with, and they don't do anything with them consistently now for years. And it's my biggest beef with this franchise.
They're just excuses for characters to do things. Wendy needs to be superhuman and also brilliant. Marrow, the cyborg, needs to have a fucking arm that can do superhuman things. That's as far as it goes.
Mm-hmm. And they always do this thing where they think, well, this is science fiction, so we really need to have something to say, because all the best science fiction has something to say. So we're going to do this with this science fiction franchise. So, like, Prometheus was mentioned. Ridley Scott decides that the Alien franchise is the best place to tackle the meaning of life. Mm-hmm. It doesn't go particularly well, and I think this show has already discarded it. But then this one comes along and it's like, well, yeah, what is humanity anymore if we can upload human consciousness into robots, and like what makes them different from other things? It's like, again, these are genuinely fascinating questions. Alien has never managed to be the vehicle for that kind of explorative science fiction. I don't think it necessarily has to fail, but because it has first and foremost to be an alien thing, you get bits and pieces on these questions, and you're like, well, that's kind of interesting. I'd like to see a show about that. And then it's like, well, but fuck it, because we've got a xenomorph on Earth now. So back to the horror.
They're always going to prioritize the superficial, because like you're saying, these things could be interesting. It's a franchise that could potentially pull off these concepts. That's what makes it all the more frustrating, because you have the resources and you have the built-in universe to make these things really interesting. But your priority is always, we got to rush to the xenomorph. And it's a creature that has been in pop culture for years now. It's extremely difficult to make it scary. And like we were saying offline, you can't have a fucking moonwalking xenomorph that's smirking at the camera. And like, it's just, they turn it into a slasher monster. It's so stupid. Everything about the xenomorph.
Alien, sorry, go on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, Alien is it's a survival horror. Like, and other shows like this are existential. Mm-hmm. So the genres don't quite mash together. I mean, you could do it, but you have to answer, like, what does Alien represent? It represents the unknown. Like, these things are so foreign to you. There are interesting things you could do with that concept, but they clearly don't give a shit.
Well, they did it in the first one. Like, it's, as I was saying, it's not just the fact that it's alien. The concept is alien to us, but it doesn't work after we've seen the xenomorph year after year after year. So you have to come up with some type of different idea or format.
Like, this show introduces more aliens, and that's something you can do. Each alien has different capabilities and different motivate and stuff like that. But no, we got stupid eyeball alien.
Yes, we got a plant
that's stuck to the ceiling. And a xenomorph.
Our friend Torvo sent in a $50 super chat. Idea for BSUP 100: make bingo cards for an upcoming movie or a TV show with predictions of what tropes the movie show is going to include. And yes, last time I suggested you invent movie plots for Sydney Sweeney, not that you look for movies with her.
Well, we see a show and we're going, it's clearly going to be Girl Boss. It's going to be Boy Who's the Key to Everything, stuff like that.
Yeah. As I'm trying to think, like, say, what's a big upcoming movie? Avatar 3. That's going to have the Noble Savage, obviously. It's going to have, basically, just list all the tropes of the last two Avatar films. And got that one.
A stupid MacGuffin, like brain juice.
Thanks for the $50 super chat, Toivo.
Yes, thank you.
Anyway, back to Alien Earth. Alien turd.
Back to being angry.
Yeah, this fucking show. Just one of the biggest failures of this show is their approach with the xenomorph. Like, you can't. A little bit more respect for the lore and what these creatures are trying to achieve, rather than just turning into a slasher monster. Because some of the scenes are actually good. Like, that girl who can't act. She might be the worst actress I've ever seen in my life. But it's coming. Like, that fucking scene. Like, what the fuck was that? I can't. It's going to be one of my go-to references for some of the weakest acting I've ever seen in modern Hollywood.
I'm about to die.
But the death scene itself was pretty nice. He drummed her around. I like that. But you need to set that up in a way that makes sense based on what they're trying to achieve. Because they don't kill you right away. They're trying to, like, impregnate. It's like they forgot how they work.
The only way to give Wendy's brother, because there's an obsession with Peter Pan in this fucking show. Because what have you got? You've got Wendy, who's obviously Wendy. You've got the xenomorph, which is the crocodile. You've got the Lost Boys. The lab they are experimented on is called Neverland.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be Boy Cavalier is Peter Pan who takes children and makes sure they never grow up. He'll
like
take
himself,
people.
because he doesn't grow up either. Like that's the thing he
No.
fundamentally fears is that he can't stand the idea of growing up, and that's like that's what you can do really interesting things with that. I know they're not going to do it, but you could do really interesting things with that.
But he's Boy Cavalier. He's always a boy that never grows up, and he's cavalier about the horror he commits on people. Why does this show exist? It has a budget of over $250 million.
Does it really? Wow.
Yeah, I thought some parts of it looked really expensive, and it was just a shame about what was happening in those scenes. But
you know what was funny is one scene that looked really expensive made I forget the protagonist's name there, the dude, the guy on the fucking screen.
Average Joe. Just call
Average Joe. Yeah, while he was walking, screaming if anyone needed any help, he was walking by a ton of people that just needed help. Like there was shit falling, and
the dude,
like
his plot armor is
someone was mythical. On fucking fire, and he was still just screaming like, "Does anyone search and rescue? Does anyone need help?" Like, bro,
they don't. That search and rescue team, they don't give a fuck about whether or not that shit's about to break down. They're not worried about nothing. They already have blueprints. They already have everything set up. They're just going like they have a fucking beacon to track. It's actually. There's so many things you have to just not think about during those scenes. In addition to the plot armor of Joe, it's just bizarre what they do with this character.
Search and rescue. They only have one medic. The rest of them have machine guns. Like, what are you rescuing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'd have like tourniquets and packs and stuff like that. Yeah, they did zero rescuing.
Nothing.
They knock on one door and there's a bunch of people cosplaying as French aristocrats. And it's supposed to be like a Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake. They're so oblivious that they don't even recognize a starship has crashed into their fucking building.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You're while you're watching, you're thinking, how could this be the same building? How can you just be having a party when a spaceship just crashed into your building, bro? It just doesn't. The physics aren't there. In addition to the xenomorph blending into the statue right next to them, so it was in the room the entire time. Why didn't it just attack it? It's just that's not how xenomorphs work. So you just like
I like the way it saw a statue and did a stupid pose.
Yes, let me just pose up on the statue real quick and then jump scare them. And the worst part is it goes in and insta kills everyone in the room. Like there's some people it physically shouldn't have even been able to get to them that quick. And suddenly it's a stealth killer.
There's a bunch of those things as well. They happen off screen as well. It's like the alien just disappears off camera, and there's lots of gore noises, and then you don't actually see it kill anyone, which is it's almost played for comedy. And that entire bit in the building with the aristocrats is, I think, played for comedy, but it's so tonally balked in that sense because you're also supposed to be terrified that like this is the first xenomorph you've seen in this new version of the story. It's supposed to be really scary. Why are we playing it for laughs? And like besides the tonal stuff, the thing I was probably most interested to see, given that this was going to be set on Earth, is how they do all the world building. Like, what is the state of the alien world? Because I think that could be fascinating. You know, and they do a bit of the basic setup again, all in the text slate at the beginning. That the major corporations own different chunks of the world, and you know that's basically it. There are no governments to speak of. I was like, okay, I that's a good sandbox. You can do interesting stuff with that. The fucking again and again and again. I keep saying it. And then what do you get? Oh, well, they dress as aristocrats because they're rich. Oh, that's really interesting. What else are you going to do with it? Well,
they die.
Yeah, they die, and it's funny because they're rich. It's like, so because I just Googled this as well. You're right. It's a $250 million budget, which is like more than 2/3 of the total box office for Alien Romulus.
Because it said we don't know the specific number, but we know it's more than Shogun, and Shogun cost 250.
Yeah, but
so it could be more.
There's quotes attached to it saying that they spent this much on it because they wanted to be the next big event TV thing like Game of Thrones.
Oh, jeez.
Like, well, A, that didn't end very well, and B, the thing that made Game of Thrones popular to begin with is not, oh, look, isn't it funny that rich people get killed? because that's just shallow and tedious. It's dialogue. It's like the Game of Thrones has fantastic world building in the early seasons.
You can't just buy all that.
What makes it interesting. You can't buy it, but also you should at least try and do it. Because if we're going to spend time in this world and you want us to be really invested and for it to become event television, we do actually have to care about the people and the places that we see. And just sort of memeing on rich people ain't going to do it. That's boring. We've seen it done so many times.
The first 2 seasons was primarily world building and dialogue. All the spectacle came later on. You didn't get a big battle into the 9th episode of season 2. That's a long wait. But the characters, the world building, all the different elements of the show kept you so fucking intrigued. Like just everything. Whether you're invested in Tyrion or Ned or whoever story you were following, Jon in the North, it was so compelling. You can't. We're 2 episodes into the show, and I don't give a fuck if everyone on the planet dies right now and just reset, scorched earth. I don't care. There's just nothing, and that's just a failure because characters king. Like you can fuck up the world building, the plot, the themes, everything. Give me interesting characters, and I'll probably give it a chance. But they can't even get that right. So
the show is a definition of a mile wide, an inch deep.
Yes.
Because you've got like 50 characters, you've got like 15 topics, each one are full of exploration that you could dive into. Yeah. You've got a gigantic budget, you've got fucking the xenomorph and shit, and you do nothing with any of these things.
You're so fucking right. That's a perfect way to put it. You've got one of the craziest movie monsters of all time. You've got a franchise that people love, got this budget, you got an opportunity to flesh it out with a television show, and you shit yourself in the first 2 episodes.
Like, just the political intrigue between Weyland-Yutani and Prodigy and all the others is enough. That's enough for a show itself.
Yeah. And at the moment, there's been one kind of interaction between Yutanians and the boy Cavalier. Just someone in chat says, stop bringing up Game of Thrones every stream, Jesus Christ. I didn't bring up Game of Thrones. The creators of Alien Earth did. That's kind of the problem. It's not that we do it. It's that every fucking big event TV thing comes around and it's people say, hey, we want this to be the next Game of Thrones. So we have to talk about it because they want it to be that. So it's worth understanding why it isn't. There are many reasons why it isn't. We've gone through some of them. And it's just like, yeah, so there's one interaction between Yutani and the boy Cavalier, and it's like, well, you've got our spaceship, we want it back. And he said, well, no. Okay, then. Well, that's fair enough. Great conversation. Thank you so much for that.
That could have been a back and forth that was interesting. We could have got so much character out of them, so much world building. There's so much information we could have got out of that. Instead, it's just like, nah. He just hangs up. It's
like, Weyland-Yutani aren't even bothered that they've got a bunch of aliens that can destroy Earth are just released. They live on Earth too. They could at least warn them, go, listen, I know we have our thing, but don't let whatever is in that ship escape.
There's only a line. There's a line of dialogue, isn't there, from the Prodigy team, basically saying that there are biological entities there. If they get out, they might spread. So we should stop it.
They don't radio back.
No, they don't radio back, and it's also said so like boringly and matter of factly, as though if they do, it's not a massive deal. I could be wrong because it's a while since I've seen them, but don't at least a couple of the Alien movies make a big deal about these things not being allowed to get back to Earth? Because if they do, we're all fucked.
Yeah, that's always the core thing. It's like even like Event Horizon or anything. Don't let these get back to Earth because everyone will die. That's the stake. We don't have any stakes. There's a bunch of aliens running around and nobody cares. There's not even like they send search and rescue into the ship of like 5 people, but the ship is like the size of like 20 football fields. How long is it going to take 5 people to search that ship? They just don't care. Nobody cares about anything.
Yeah, no assessment of the condition of the ship, whether or not it's going to collapse under them. There's just no discussion. They just rush in.
Oh, it's such a... I get a headache every time I talk about the show.
Well, it's the reaction to it as well, like how high the scores are getting right now in terms of the critics. It's just, it should not be on the same level as Alien and Aliens, but according to them, it is.
But I'm almost not surprised by that because these same people said, "Oh yeah, Alien Romulus is the best thing since Aliens."
Yeah,
but that was fucking awful. So I guess that's fair in the way it places relative to Romulus. It's not better than Alien. What are people smoking? It's not as good as Aliens. What are people smoking?
The exact rating as Aliens. Wow,
that's just wrong. Like so many levels.
I mean, obviously, there's a load more of it to go. How many episodes are there in total in this season?
Well, actually, it's 96% if you don't go after top critics. So this is technically 2% higher than Aliens.
Fuck me.
Wow. The audience score is 73%. That's a stark contrast.
Those people shouldn't be allowed to watch TV.
No, I like if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, 73% for an audience score is indicative of like it people didn't like it.
Well, they've massively censored, because you look at like Superman to Man of Steel, the audience score was 250,000 votes. When you get the new Superman, it's like 10,000. There's no one voting. Like, you've got to be a weirdo to make a Rotten Tomatoes account and then sign in and then write a review.
It's yeah, I think about that sometimes.
Yeah, like to go and then verify. You've got to be a verified, or you go, fuck that. Upload your ticket to prove that you saw it.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I'm like, who actually takes the time to go leave a Rotten Tomatoes review? But people do.
I'm going to link up my Fandango account. Just people need to see my 3-star review going, it was okay.
The only one that seems to be decently consistent is IMDb. That's the only one you can kind of look at and get an idea of quality roughly. But with Rotten Tomatoes, it's nonsense. Like just the algorithm they use.
Well, it's just so the concept alone is ridiculous. If it's 6 or above, it's rated the same as a 10 out of 10. If it's a 6 out of 10.
It's just a completely flawed system
what
to
the
use.
Fuck?
People don't get it. But then people see 95% fresh, 100 fresh. Oh my God, it must be good. But all those people thought it was meh.
Right. 95 out of 100 sounds great. So, wow. But like, I bet it's amazing.
If you had to rank this yourself, where would you put it? Like, where would you put all these films?
Oh, geez.
Oh, Christ.
Aliens. I don't care.
That's good answer.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. And I would flip flop those. Aliens.
Yeah, it does depend on the day, doesn't it? It's like, what are you in the mood for on that? But they're both.
I'm solid that Aliens I like better than Alien.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whichever one you like better is up to you, right?
It's more fun.
Definitely. Yeah. It's more the payoff to Alien, you know?
Yeah.
They work really well together as well. There's more room for inconsistencies in the plot for Aliens. So Alien is going to be tighter. I would put that first. I have a soft spot for the wasted opportunity that I saw in Prometheus. So I kind of have that third for me, even though it's shit. The rest can fucking burn. That's pretty much where I'm at.
It's like we're like with the Terminator franchise where there's more than double. There's like triple, quadruple bad films to good.
Yeah. But you can say that for a lot of things. Like Star Wars is mostly bad content.
Star Wars, Terminator.
Yeah.
Predator.
They need to stop. They just need to let it die. Just let the franchise die. It's like an old man with dementia.
Yeah.
Just put it out of its misery.
Is there any franchise that's majority good? Because I feel like I can go through all of them and they're mostly shit. Like even Lord of the Rings, if you add Rings of Power now, is weighed out by that, you know? Is there anyone that's mostly good? I can't really think of one.
Well, Marvel probably, but if you ignore the TV shows.
Yeah, the TV shows really make the conversation difficult, and they kind of out like
phase 1 through 3 mostly, like tolerable. Not nothing. It wouldn't get a rotten score. You know,
Harry Potter. Someone said
maybe that might be the one.
But we're getting a TV show, 10 seasons of shit.
Oh god,
that might screw it up. That might mess it all up.
Someone said, "Wait, no way." Did I see someone say Jaws? That's a wild one.
There's one good Jaws film and a bunch of jokes.
Good Jaws.
Yeah,
Drew Gordon, you got to be trolling.
Hell no. On. Jaws 4: The Revenge.
Hell no. The Matrix. Lol. Yeah. Yeah.
Evil Dead. I liked Ash versus Evil Dead. That was quite good.
Well, someone mentioned Flanagan.
Talk about consistency. The Friday the 13th series, it's consistently dog shit.
Yeah, I was about to say thank you. Consistently shit. Then that's the metric.
Yeah.
Yeah. From horror movies to Marvel movies to sci-fi, you generally don't get that many where it's like 60% good. It's just hard to find.
Someone has said Star Trek is mostly solid. Have you not seen Kurtzman? His universe is a disaster.
Oh, gotcha, Drew. That makes more sense.
Oh, true. Well, it's a thing. It's I've been calling it sequelitis for years, where you have an incredible premise that worked once or twice, and how it's just basically making money off that premise for years and years, but not having any idea of what to do, how to innovate, or how to add to what they actually created. You know, that's what Romulus and Earth felt like. They don't deserve any credit on their own for what they achieved. They just copied something that already existed, and they tried to modernize it a little bit with a big budget. That's it.
Yeah. There's just so much in this.
Mission Impossible. It's got Mission Impossible 1. That's okay.
3.
It's got. It's got
like
Fallout.
3. What's wrong with 3?
Fallout is good.
Fallout's good.
And that's. Wait, is that it? I mean, then there's sort of varying degrees of not quite so good. And then there's lots of absolute shit. And then it finished with a 2-parter, which is fucking abysmal. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said Indiana Jones is 3 out of 5. That's pretty decent.
Well,
Yeah,
for now.
They've the original X-Men movies, 1 and 2, and then 3 not so much. I mean, that's 2/3. They didn't finish it, did they? Because they had to fucking carry on. Yeah, I guess is it Days of Future Past is okay, and First Class is that also? Oh, I haven't seen that in ages. Is that okay? I think that one's okay.
First Class, Days of Future Past, but you had Apocalypse, X-Men 3,
Dark Phoenix.
Oh god. Yeah, so it's 5 versus 3, but we're getting Marvel reboot. So,
oh yeah,
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones in chat. That's good. Yeah, all 3 of the originals are pretty good, to be fair. And then
Star Wars
Destiny
is 6 out of 9.
Whoa, that's a crazy take.
It's not.
I mean,
Star
6
Wars
terrible ones.
It's 2.5.
Star Wars is 2 out of 9. Yeah, 2. All right, yeah, 2.5 out of 9.
Twilight.
Well, it does its job. It knows who it's targeting.
Retards.
Retarded. Yep, retarded girls. And it does a really good job. It's like fucking 30. I was going to say 30 Days of Night. That's not what I was thinking of.
But
50 Shades of Grey.
But then can you give Alien Earth credit? If you get for like Alien Earth credit, because they go, well, of course the characters are retarded. We made them retarded on purpose.
Hate that excuse.
Toy Story.
Could be.
4 is terrible.
Yeah, it's 3 out of 4, right?
And they're making a number 5.
They are making 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So Toy Story.
It was such a bad series they canceled the 4th movie, Divergent.
Yeah. I saw one of those once. I can't remember a single thing about it except that it had like a ugly version of Katniss Everdeen as the main character.
Well, that's what it was. It was just Hunger Games knockoffs.
Yeah. The Maze Runner. Maze Runner was the other one. It was that massive dystopian young adult phase that nobody really remembers.
This timeline is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the technology they introduce in this show. Like, think of the gap between Alien and Aliens. Like that the technology to transfer human consciousness would be everywhere. Because when we started flying, 60 years later, we were in space.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fast technology moves on. For this technology to be unheard of, cyborgs and like hybrids, it makes no sense.
Well, there's so much they can do with it, but they just choose not to. They always just skip over it. And we're interested in the world building and the development of the tech, but they just seem not to be. That's what's frustrating about it.
Oh god, this is. How do you think this show will end? Other than poorly.
Well, are they planning multiple seasons, or is this just the one and done?
Let me check. Because they always fund these things. We're like because we were saying before why the quality's so bad. You get given like 10 million to make 3 seasons, so you have job insurance. Your ass isn't on the line, so you can make like Lauren Hisrich. She's been given 5 seasons to rape The Witcher.
Huh?
That's the thing. Like, literally anyone else would be fired for what she did to that franchise. but because she, yeah,
no, she's failing upwards.
Depends,
That's how it is.
Yeah, it depends if this does successfully become a new Game of Thrones, sorry, chat, event movie type thing. So I don't see it doing that, but then they like $250 million. It's like Romulus cost $80 million, and that was a movie. And they've put this on a streaming service that nobody actually uses, and they've spent $250 million on it. I'm going to say million again. Million. $250 million on this TV show. It's insane. And the bits of it look okay. That's it. Like, there's some fairly impressive spaceship visual effects in a couple of places.
The alien looks cool, but then they had it moonwalk.
Yeah, the moonwalk just killed everything in terms of its introduction. And like, I think it looks okay, but it's missing the slime and like the way they shoot it just doesn't work, man. In the bright flat lighting, and none of it works. Like, even for a creature that we're familiar with at this point, you should still put a little effort into making it mysterious and setting it up. I don't think they should have introduced it this early. They should have waited. A little bit more restraint. That's
what all films do now, because they think everyone's seen the alien. Fuck it, we'll just get it out. Well, Noah Hawley, the showrunner, has said season 1 is the proof of concept. If it works commercially, there will be season 2, and we're planning to make seasons 3, 4, and 5.
Well, that's not going to happen, because you can't make a commercially viable TV show for $250 million. Like,
imagine spending $1 billion on 4 seasons of an alien show.
I know. That's just insane.
I can't see that really happening.
Unless, like, the 250 million is like, this is the total you have to spend on the project that is Alien Earth, and a fraction of it went on season 1. But I haven't read anything that's told me that's the case.
No,
why would they make a TV show that really doesn't actually bring in any money? Realistically, it's just for your subscribers. Why would you put the biggest budget you've ever given an alien project to something that really won't reap any benefit?
Do they think it's like it's a loss leader? Like, we'll spend this money now, but the eventual future profits will pay off.
I think that might be the thinking behind it. But then what did... So, like, Romulus obviously is the last feature film they put out. That's $80 million budget. Did it make, I want to say it's like 300 million worldwide. It wasn't big. How much was it?
I'm pretty sure it made a profit, though. I can't remember what it was exactly.
But it did, but my point is
350 worldwide.
So that's sort of, it's like a Mad Max scenario in the sense that the original was really cheap and it made a lot of money over its incredibly cheap budget. And then in recent times, they've decided that because it made, say, like $100 million over a fucking $1 million budget, that means it's really, really popular and that effect will scale over time. So if we spend $100 million on a Mad Max thing, it will make $1 billion because we spent $1 million on the first one and it made $100 million. And that's not how any of this works. If your Alien movie, which is the thing that you would expect everybody to go and see because it's in the theaters for general distribution, does not actually make a vast amount of money overall, not relative to its budget, but just overall. How do you imagine $250 million on a streaming service production is going to perform? Because that just suggests to me that there's an audience for an Alien thing, but it's not a massive audience. It's just, it will support the occasional $80 million movie. So even if they think it's a loss leader, it's not going to be. It's just going to be a loss.
Well, it's on Disney Plus, and Disney Plus is losing subscribers. So even the streaming service itself is shit.
Well, that's going to be masked because they're going to combine Hulu and ESPN Plus and Disney Plus all into one app in 2026.
Is that going to stop all the bleeding, though? Like, people have lost faith in their ability to make TV shows.
Oh, it's just going to mask it for a little while, but yeah.
It's all about investor money. But the as Platoon has said, that doesn't scale. Alien clearly has a niche audience. It's got worldwide recognition, but it's not a Marvel movie. Not everyone's gonna see it. You've clearly got like what's the highest an Alien has ever made? It was like Romulus.
It might be Romulus.
I think it was Romulus.
It's 350 million. That's not that high. So you always got to have these cheap, easy to make movies or maybe TV shows. There's no way. Sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say you're completely right. It's not the Avengers where you can put this giant budget on it and expect the return. It's a very niche franchise, so they should approach it with that. But spending $250 million on a show like this I just don't understand how that's a smart move. It's way too risky.
Remember Mithrigan 2.0, and the guy said, "Well, we thought we could just change it. We thought it was like Superman. You can do whatever."
Wild.
The Joker had the same problem. They did a sequel for 200 million when the first one was what was it, 90?
50 is $50 million for the first Joker.
Yeah, it was like 50 to 70, I think, something like that. But it was
anything
small.
within that range is incredible. If you're going to make $1 billion off of that, that should be a game changer in the rooms of discussing these things. But they just don't see it that way. To fuck up and balloon the budget to like 4 times the amount, I can't believe they did that with Joker 2. They failed every aspect of that sequel.
And how could they possibly think they could shrink the budget? Because showrunner wants more money, the actors want more money, the cost of everything goes up. Like these things, when has a TV show got cheaper over time?
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
So 250 million, you're gonna keep paying that, and then you're gonna pay 300 million for season 4.
Or $1 billion. Yeah, right. It's not happening. Megan 2 was I hated it.
Yeah, there's a ton of fun in that. It's fun to laugh at. In what the fuck were they thinking with that? But
ruined a whole franchise. But it was fun. No, that movie sucked.
Did they really rip off the plot to like T2, where there's like she's protecting him from another robot or some shit like that?
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Okay, that's wow.
Yeah, she's the good guy. They did a flip, and it's an action movie instead of a horror movie.
Why did they think that'd work?
I have no idea. He said, well, I mean, he said why, but I can't believe that's what was in his fucking head.
I don't believe him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, these people, like, they just live around Hollywood and everyone is like a sycophant. So, like, no wonder you can't get real information. Because everyone wants you to fail as well, so they can backstab you and take your job. I'm thinking of making Mithrigan into an action movie, and everyone's going, "Yes, Queen, that's a great idea." And then secretly they're going, "When his career dies, we'll step up."
Speaking of being surrounded by yes men, like,
geez, seriously. So James Gunn posted a celebration because Superman is out on digital. And it's still in theaters because they really wanted to hit that 600 million mark so it can still look like an underperformer, I guess. I still stand by the fact that they were hoping for around this margin. Like, it's a kind of a break-even point. And the next movie is going to be the real indicator of,
Yeah. Well, it's Iron Man. Iron Man, again, wasn't that successful. It was cheap, but it wasn't like the huge box office.
Yeah, it made like 500 million or something like that.
It was the potential that it created, not so much the profit that it brought in. It's just like, ooh, we can do something.
But that doesn't hide James Gunn's lies, though. Like, this dude really does fucking lie a lot, and it's kind of bizarre, all the cope that he throws around. It's like it's totally fine if a movie breaks even if you're riding off the hope that it's building something for the future. But just say that instead of the shit he is saying. Like, he was talking about how people are fucking just apparently ignorant of the movie business. You have to be James Gunn and be a director to understand how, like, the very basics of the financials of the movie business work, apparently.
I'll piss off. Like, lying is this guy's superpower. Like, pretty much. He just feels nothing. Doesn't affect him. Doesn't lose a wink of sleep. And this is going to age very poorly when people go back and check out the receipts, James. I just don't understand how he's let his ego ruin his reputation this way. So quickly.
Hilarious. This guy.
But, like, he's hoping, like, Superman will be the launch pad, but the next movie is Supergirl for the same cost, 200 million.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, and there's no way a Supergirl movie is going to make more than Superman just did. It's just not going to happen. So,
isn't he? And
it's
she's
Superman
also
as well. Like, that's the important thing. I did just have a quick look at that as well, because Iron Man, like, obviously, if you adjust it for inflation, Iron Man made almost as much as Superman did just domestically. So it's the inflation adjusted. I think Iron Man is like 501 million domestic, and like nearer 800 and something into that, into worldwide box office inflation adjusted.
Inflation. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That is that's the first, basically the first big superhero movie of that era. It kicks everything off. Not many people had heard of Iron Man before that movie came out. This is Superman, and this is coming after many, many decades of superhero media. Nobody doesn't know who Superman is.
Yeah.
So if it's significantly underperforming effectively the first MCU movie after 2 decades worth of movies, that ain't great, especially considering it's one of your most marketable characters, probably second to Batman in DC. Are there any others that are bigger? I don't think so.
Those are the three in Wonder Woman
and Superman.
And like a good point you made.
The first Wonder Woman made
on their level.
Yeah, Spider-Man I would say is like it's Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
Batman, Spider-Man, then Superman.
But like your point, Platoon, the biggest thing about Iron Man at that time was it was the perfect timing. There's a lot of people that got introduced to Iron Man through that movie, where you're not going to have that same effect with this new Superman. So it's just a different world for superhero movies. But they think it's the same thing. I don't get it.
Yeah, and then you come away from Iron Man thinking, hey, actually, this could turn into something pretty cool. I quite like that character I've never heard of before. Really well acted, pretty well written until the end. Quite funny, some wit to it, some intelligence in the scripts. I like Tony Stark as a character. You come out of Superman, and it's like, well, I don't have a fucking clue who Superman is. He's just vaguely nice, I guess. But it's okay because he's like that in the comics, so we don't have to write character. Fuck off.
And you're bringing me back to what I initially thought when I watched it. Is like this movie strikes me as a movie that hasn't learned from the last 10 years of superhero movies. The mistakes, the ups, the downs. It seems like it's just completely doing its own thing, and it's ignorant to the fan base right now. Like how burnt out people are on these tropes and things. So just definitely expecting more with that movie.
He's also not planning out the universe. Like he just says, whatever is a good script he thinks is a good script, he'll do. That's not how you plan out a universe.
No.
So we're just going to get random movie after random movie.
He also said that every Batman story's already been told, which is fucking crazy. There are so many great Batman stories just sitting on my own bookshelf, and I have a tiny little collection that have not been adapted into film. It's I don't think he likes Batman as a character from a lot of the shit he's been saying. It's kind of weird.
I think he prefers the Punisher. I think.
Yeah.
But it's so strange because I think he's got Matt Reeves' Batman to contend with. Because you got the Batman 2, and then you got the.
So he's like shitting on what Matt Reeves is doing. Like, well, this is just recycled trash, I guess. Yeah.
I think he hates Matt Reeves. He hates that the Batman was successful and the Penguin exists. Yeah. I just feel like there's so much saltiness there because it fucks up. No, it's supposed to be my universe. Fuck you. I don't know. He seems so petty.
Well, Matt Reeves has got the most popular superhero ever.
Yeah.
He hasn't got like Booster Gold. He hasn't got this little thing you can ignore. He has got the tentpole of DC.
Batman appeals to people that aren't superhero fans more than almost any other superhero. There's something very unique about that concept.
Spider-Man is the most successful superhero IP by it's a huge margin. He is $1 billion franchise alone. And then it's second is the Avengers as a franchise, and third's Batman.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you can have a franchise just with Batman, whereas you need all of Marvel.
Yeah. Well, Spider-Man.
Well, the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like
with Batman, there's a reason. No, real quick. There's a reason we've seen so many different interpretations of Batman, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is a cool flavor of it. Oh, this is cool. The Bale version, the Batflick version. Everyone's cool with it." Where at Superman, they're fighting tooth and nail over who's going to be the best one. It just gets really, I don't know. People seem more open-minded when it comes to Batman and constantly exploring every aspect of this character. It's because he's just so interesting. I guess that's what it is.
Well, the most off-putting thing about Superman is the Gun Simps and the Snyder Bros. They're just like
it ruins the conversation.
You have one take, which is, "Oh, this isn't very good," and they both come at you. They go, "Yeah, Man of Steel's better," and you're like, "No, it isn't. It's just as terrible."
That was my point. You didn't have that with the Dark Knight and the Batman or any of them. I just don't get it.
I do not like either of those movies. I hated getting comments from people that like, because I said, James Gunn's Superman was just meh. And people are like, yeah, right. Man of Steel is better. I'm like, fuck no, it's not. What the fuck?
They can't separate it.
You. They're like trying to get you into the van. Yeah, here's some candy.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
like every time they either post the monkey meme, which is just not an argument, or they go, well, at least it isn't like at least Henry Cavill's Superman kills people. I went, I don't like either of them. The problem is, like, let them fight, is that they're fighting us as well, and we don't even want anything to do with it.
Well, they are making a sequel. James Gunn gave an update on his next film in the Superman saga. He said, we're scheduling it now. I'm totally done with the treatment. My treatments are incredibly intense. They're 60-page treatments with dialogue and everything. Now I'm just turning that into a script. We're planning out when we're going to shoot that. It's going to be much sooner rather than later.
Why do you think they're fast tracking this?
Strike while the iron's hot, I suppose.
Yeah, feeling of
Don't
momentum.
let a Batman situation happen.
Maybe something very quick as well when Supergirl inevitably underperforms, and then people will start saying, oh, maybe there's not much in this DC thing after all. And he'll say, no, there's another Superman movie. That'll do slightly worse than the last one, but it'll do better than Supergirl did. So
call it
that's good.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any hope for the Batman 2 after all this time in between? Or have they fucked
Yes. I don't think so because, the trailer will determine it. If there's hype, because I thought it was really the trailer for the Batman did its job. It got everyone hyped again. They're like, oh, wow, this guy has a vision. Okay. It's going to be something cool. Yeah.
Well, after Supergirl, it's Clayface, and apparently the budget is 40 million.
Oh,
that's probably
that'll be a success.
Yeah.
How can that not be?
That's how they should be. Who's heard of him? Like anything over 60 million is ridiculous for a character like that.
So is DC just going to be a bunch of cheap horror films propping up the very expensive superhero films?
Hey, man. It might work.
It could subsidize. Yeah, Clayface could subsidize Supergirl. And that's just the future going forward. One flop, one success.
It feels like they're so comfortable with horror movies, knowing that you could do them cheap and still get away if you have a good concept. And it's the opposite with superheroes. They're totally insecure. They need like $100 million, $200 million budget. They can't just come up with a good idea. I wish they had the same courage or ambition in terms of creativity as horror movies do. Weapons. I loved Weapons, and that was made for what, like 60 mil or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, last like 35.
Get back to that, man.
Well, you can reshoot a lot of that movie, and like the actors choose to do it for cheap because they know it's really good for their career, or they just want to be a part of a good story. Mm-hmm. Whereas superhero films, they're so special effects heavy.
Yeah.
So to reshoot an entire scene, you have to hire out multiple visual effects studios. So it's just too expensive.
And it taints the performance of iconic actors. The fact that people like Anthony Hopkins and Russell Crowe have been in Marvel movies, but you don't even Christian Bale, but they just get wasted. You don't even really remember their performances. It's just this CGI goop. That shouldn't happen with actors of that caliber, but it just shows what the Marvel slop does.
Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder had Russell Crowe and Christian Bale.
Yes.
I can't remember. I just remember Russell Crowe had a skirt.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale's character was a retard.
You would generally be pumped up just hearing that those two actors were in a film because, it's going to be high quality. But then, no. Thor: Love and Thunder. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So, yeah, Marvel needs to fix its ways, man. It's pathetic.
Yeah, F1 was a bigger success than Superman was.
I was surprised by that because Ford versus Ferrari wasn't that successful. I thought like 200 million, 300 million was the limit. This one just kept making money over time. People just kept going to see it. And it's nearly like 3 hours.
I just looked it up. It's pretty neck and neck. So.
How is it?
Yeah. It's I thought it was a pretty funny joke, but it's neck and neck here. We'll see.
But the fact that it's even close, this shouldn't have happened. It's a conversation. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's the Brad Pitt factor. This is his biggest movie ever, which
I was
is
gonna say I'm
wild.
happy for him. He's an actor that I think he doesn't get enough appreciation for his acting ability. You know, a lot of people look at him for his looks, but he's actually really talented, and he's been so for a long, long time. I like Brad a lot. I'm just happy to see him, you know, make that money this late in his career. It's pretty cool.
And I saw this post and I don't know. I'm like, I don't agree with this. Warner Brothers has been on a roll this year, and you start with Mickey 17. Wasn't that a flop and everyone hated it?
I believe.
What the fuck?
The only thing I know about that movie is that everyone hated it.
I'm like, I see 3 out of 5, I guess. Yeah. Sure. They've been on a roll. It's like 60-40. Great. Right.
I will say for Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, I think that's my favorite performance of his. I really liked what he did with the brothers. But that's
did you watch it?
Yeah, I finally got around to it. What the fuck? What the fuck is it's just tell me how much you hate white people. Just say it. Just say it out loud instead of just blending it into this movie.
See, I had to like fucking
it's fucking bizarre how they do it.
I had to bring it up on this show where I was like, hey, did anyone think that he might hate white people a little bit?
Just a little bit. Just
like
a little
just
bit.
a fucking tad.
There's subtext, and then there's what the fuck you doing, bro? You know what I mean?
What you should have done.
Dude, it's so weird because you're sitting in there and like you're sitting in the theater and there's, you know, it's a really diverse crowd because it's drawing a diverse audience, and you see white people clapping at it, and I'm like, you don't get this? Like, I understand that he's shooting the KKK, but you don't get like the clear overtones here.
Those are the same white people that clapped at the colonizer lines in Black Panther. They just don't care. They're just not even thinking about the, you know, it's just, I just feel like it must be uncomfortable. Like, look, like what the fuck's going, like what? Why are you guys laughing at this? This is so
Cynic.
strange.
When you were at the theater and he said something about white people, did everyone who's not white turn and look at you?
So they started going, who, started hooting at you like the fucking, oh man, Black Panther and Sinners. It's just, what are you doing, man? You had a decent movie there for a while, and then you just shat the bed with like just a crappy vampire film. So
there is a box office for it, though.
Yeah.
There clearly is money because these things are making money, so he can just keep making them. It's weird. I find that like a liberal white guy going, "Yes, I'm a colonizer." I bet you 10 he gets pegged.
Right there. There is a lot of people who just feel like this is their
so
comeuppance. You know? Like they balance it out with movies like this, and they don't even care about the context. They just want to praise it because other people will. Yeah, the self-hate is
like
real.
It's totally cool that you know, he had to write a scene where he just murders white people outright, and it's even it's just overt, like the white people infiltrating, you know, their good time and everything it's just all right there. I'm like, what
the party just comes to a stop when some white people come to banjo and play. It's like, really? You're gonna be this blatant about it? I think Sinners was a mistake, and I just don't understand how people are eating it up the way they are. I love that.
I mean, there are some elements of it that are fantastic filmmaking.
Yeah. I like the first. It's just so many movies this year. It's the same thing. I like the first 40 minutes, and then they shit themselves completely. 28 years later is the same thing. Fantastic Four, same thing. I don't know. They just can't get it right.
I really couldn't understand that it was a hot take that I had, where I was just like, am I the only one who's noticing?
No. The fact that you felt the urge to bring it up when you first mentioned Sinners, it was on my mind when I was watching it. I'm like, oh, what's he talking about then?
What's he talking about?
Just literally out of nowhere they shove it into the movie. Yeah, it's Michael B. Jordan did a great job. That's the only thing I could say about Sinners. It was, you know, there was some fun to be had there, but then they ruined it.
Weapons was the best one out of this list, though.
Yeah,
by far. Yeah.
Oh, Platoon, did you finish Weapons?
No,
you only watched
yet.
half.
I only had time for half of it, and I've still only had time for half of it.
Well,
no. Do you plan on finishing it, or?
Yes, eventually, hopefully.
Even just for conversation purposes, it's definitely something you should finish. Just give full context.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are some slides about it too. Forget. Right here. Jesus. Perfect. So Weapons crossed 100 million at the global box office, and its budget was 38 million. Fantastic. Absolutely deserves it, and it should cross 100 million at the domestic box office soon too, because its second weekend drop was very small. Great word of mouth on this movie. So,
do you think Hollywood is trying to return back to where it was? Because now you're starting to get comedy movies coming back, like Scary Movie. Was it 6, 7?
6. We get a slide about that too. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
nature is healing. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, they're trying to get back to, sorry, we spagged out and raped all your franchises and destroyed everything. We friends again. And
sorry
like,
for
no.
the apathy.
We cool, bro? That's pretty much what they're doing right now.
For 15 years, we called you a piece of shit, but we'd love you to come back.
We'd love you to come back.
And you do that thing, I made mistakes, you made mistakes. It's like, no, it was all you.
Shit.
I don't know how they're going to make comedy movies again, because these people have literally just been Trump, and like for like 15 years.
They watch them pander to us so hard and just make a movie called Retards.
Yeah, just the reverse now. I don't want to see an overcorrection now of them trying to like completely pander to us and make us happy with everything. Just get back to what we had, a happy balance in the 90s and early 2000s where, like, you know, just that proper blend. Not everyone's going to be offended by everything under the sun, but just getting back to having faith in the creatives and not trying to make everything a sequel or a remake or an adaptation, you know?
Well,
just the little things.
Is it that they've going back to it, or they just used up everything? Because what's left? What franchises are left to exploit? They've used them all. Now they're kind of forced.
They're going into video games now.
Yeah, they could do video games next.
And that's going to be terrible.
And anime as well. They only tapped into that with One Piece. I feel like there's still millions of things they can rip off, but the idea of just sequels and adaptations, it's ran its course, and we just got to get back to making original, interesting stories. I was so excited for Weapons because it wasn't attached to anything.
I mean, the budget thing's a massive concern as well, because we are out of the silly money era now. Like it was kind of inevitable when we were just printing it left, right, and center that they were going to spend millions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars buying expensive IPs and then putting out garbage movies that cost way too much money because they all had too much money and it never makes people sensible. Whereas now they are having to tighten their belts a bit. Quality control comes back into it, that they are starting to look for more things they can do, which will not cost $100 million, which might cost 50, 60, 70, 80. Comedy works pretty well in that regard because they're always quite cheap to make. And also it's targeting a domestic audience before an international one and still hoping to make money. And it might even put them off buying certain other IPs in gaming and anime. If that's going to cost them a huge amount of cash to get the rights to, they might prefer not to do that, maybe, depending on how successful the next run of video game and anime adaptations are. Like, if One Piece Season 2 bombs, I think there might be a few more sort of pauses and hesitations before they do another anime adaptation. If fucking Fallout Season 2 bombs that as hard as Season 1 deserved to, same thing might happen.
It won't. Yeah. If Fallout 1 Season 1 was a success, they can literally make dog shit for 8 episodes.
Well, look at this show, Stupid Alien Earth. It's good. Do you expect anything other than dog shit for the next 3? Or sorry, for the next 6? And it looks like people are eating it up anyway. So it's just one of those frustrating moments where you realize you have the same standards as most of the people that are eating this up, just the casuals. As long as there's a xenomorph ripping people up, they don't care about the rest.
But it's like it won't have legs, though, because that's the big difference. There's a few of these things that come out, and I think Superman was one of them, which will be... We're still in that sort of era where people will say, well, at least it doesn't hate me, as though that's a point of praise.
Yeah.
It's not woke. And
it's not woke, therefore it's good. It's not like the other stuff.
But the thing is it's well, you can do that. You fine. You can tell me what it isn't. But no one seems to be particularly interested in what it is, which is why none of these things seem to get talked about, in this case, even in its first week. Besides sort of in our circle, I'm just not seeing that many people talking about Alien Earth. And I'm not seeing that many people talk about Superman a few weeks after it released, even though it's just come out on digital. It's kind of just, it's happened now. At least it didn't hate me. Great. Okay. That's fascinating. But like, what about it did you like? I don't know. Like, Mr. Terrific, he was good.
Nothing. It's like, compare that to the conversation on Weapons, trying to break down the themes, what action and what what the title Weapons actually means, the different interpretations of that. It's fantastic. There's so much to think about, and that's what you should come out of a movie with. So much for your brain to chew on, rather than you barely remembering anyone in the damn film. You know, I've watched Alien Earth twice now, both episodes, and there's just nothing. I don't care about anyone. It gets worse on rewatch. You notice how stupid and vapid it is, and it's probably going to continue to be so. So no faith for it, really.
Well, I wouldn't watch it. I don't think any of us would if we didn't have a podcast.
Exactly.
Or like if there was other shows. Like August is quite a dry month. There's nothing really else out, so everyone is kind of we're talking about it because there's nothing else to watch.
Yeah, man. I've not even watched it fully on like main monitor yet because I just haven't had time. But like I was sitting there thinking, I actually want to go back and rewatch these on main monitor. I'm not convinced to do. Like I might give episode 3 because I'm finally getting to the point where I have a bit of time now, so I might give episode 3 main monitor treatment. But there's a bit of me that's slightly curious as to where they take the 1 or 2 almost interesting ideas they don't quite get around to explaining in 1 and 2. But like I'm not hugely invested in it, in the same way that, yeah, like you said, there's not much else in August that to be invested in anyway, so sort of it wins by default.
Yeah. When you work, if it's on a side monitor, do you have eyes like a chameleon? One eye to the right, one eye to the left.
Yeah, at this point, I'm basically just a fucking rabbit. It's just like I'm great at spotting predators. So, actually, there's a joke there I'm not allowed to make about Hollywood people. Fuck it. Yeah, I can see him coming, is what I'm saying.
But like, they will have to, as you said, like the funny money is gone. Budgets will have to come down, and I don't know, like they'll go back to writing comedies, but unlike horror films, comedy are skill issues. Like you have to type into the zeitgeist, and you really have to make jokes work. And what did everyone think of Naked Gun?
I have not yet seen it.
I thought it was some funny bits, some bits really missed the mark. But like horror films are always easy. Everyone knows what you need in a horror film, you know, like monster and shit like that.
Sorry, I just wanted to add to that. It's easy in terms of appealing to a wide audience because most people only care about jump scares and superficial things. So, on that sense, horror is easy. Making good horror for horror fans, that's fucking hard. That's very, very, very difficult.
Yeah, the horror fans have no standards, so like you don't have to make good shit for horror fans because they just accept it.
So fucking true.
Well, it has the lowest bar of entry because that's the one everyone goes for. But the problem is that means there's more shit horror films than anything.
Yes.
Yes, 100%. Every horror fan will tell you it's mostly shit.
Like comedy might go a similar way because I suspect we're in for a few movies where they sort of dip their toe in the water and they think, "Oh, wait, are we allowed to tell a joke about a trans person now?" Because fuck me, Brave New World that this is. Let's do that. I went to see Jimmy Carr, the stand-up comedian, a couple of weeks ago, like, and he was just like testing out a bunch of new jokes, and it's like they're okay. But the people in our sphere on YouTube have never stopped making those jokes. It was just the rest of the world that decided you weren't allowed to. So comics and comedians, and probably comedy movies as well, will start doing what we would consider to be the most obvious tame jokes in the world. And they'll be like, "Oh, how exciting. We can get away with this again now."
We're so edgy.
I'm so sorry edgy, that you had to see Jimmy Carr.
I know it wasn't my choice, but you know he was all right. There's a couple of jokes that were funny. It's just I don't like rapid fire, like no story connecting them. It's just because it wasn't like a televised thing either, so he was workshopping a lot of stuff. But it's just like joke, all disconnected from each other.
Jerry Springer for like $7 a ticket because he couldn't sell out, so they comped the tickets and we're like, "Oh, sure, $7. I'll go see Jerry Seinfeld."
I didn't even know. I thought you said Jerry Seinfeld or Jerry Springer.
Springer or Seinfeld. That's
Jerry
a big
Seinfeld.
Difference.
My bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
very different
Jerry
things. Seinfeld. Yeah. My apologies.
I think I didn't know Springer was still alive. But,
no,
maybe he is.
No, Seinfeld.
But you will get that. Meanwhile, you've got like South Park, which just comes out and in its first episode just says like, "Which gay retarded faggots in the White House now?" It's like that's the way to do it. It's just that's just funny. You don't make a big deal of it. You're just allowed to say it now, so just do it.
But people are afraid of comedies because if you make a bad comedy, like people like that has more of a stain on you than if you make a bad horror. Because people kind of expect horrors to be shit because, as we said, it's the lowest bar of entry. It's everyone's first film. So people go, "Oh, that was shit." But, you know, you're a beginner. We'll make an excuse. Whereas comedies don't really have that protection. If you make a bad comedy, people go, "That was shit," and you deserve to feel bad.
It is especially embarrassing as well because like someone must think that they're really funny, and so they put those jokes in that script. And if everyone comes away thinking, God, that wasn't funny, it's even more embarrassing than a shit horror movie in that respect, because a shit horror movie is par for the course, where a comedy movie is just like, you thought you were amazingly clever and witty, and you're not. So
Ghostbusters 2016. You're describing Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh God, yeah.
That is the perfect example.
Just be funny, and they're not funny. They're not funny.
Oh my God, they suck.
So this was the original cast change, by the way, but one person remained the same, which was Austin Abrams. He plays the addict here. It would be a very different film.
I think they all did.
Pedro Pascal.
Nah,
he's in everything.
Oh yeah,
everywhere. It's crazy, man. I think the casting was like spot on. Brolin really captured that struggling father feeling. I love Julia's performance as like Justine's like neurotic, strange behavior, and just I don't know, all of it worked for me. I liked Wong as the principal.
Yeah.
Seeing Alden Ehrenreich go from that pussy that he played in Ironheart to seeing him here as Paul the cop, like that is like night and day difference in terms of the masculinity he displayed. I didn't even know it was him until after watching the movie.
Oh, he can act. I thought.
Yeah. What the hell? I didn't realize. Yeah.
But yeah, like, well, didn't he have he was constantly negotiating, so he kept kicking down the date, and people were trying to buy the rights. So like a lot of people in Hollywood don't have the time to stay on. Whereas I think Austin said he was hanging on for like a year, which is a long time in Hollywood.
Yeah. And so he's going to be in all of Kreger's movies from here on out, I would imagine.
Was Pedro Pascal, he was in Fantastic Four and Last of Us, and he's really busy. And thank God he's not in this. Josh Brolin is way better.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah, he is.
Do you think he made the correct choice, like career-wise? Which would have been better, Fantastic Four and the potential opportunities in the future, or the success of Weapons being a part of this?
First bank account, Fantastic Four.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, long term.
Long term, Fantastic Four, because he'll get more roles out of it.
Exposure.
Yeah,
that's what
Doomsday, and
that's what makes me lean to that. So it's still a smart move. This is clearly the more quality.
Yeah, he'll have a couple $1 billion movies under his belt now.
Yeah,
with, Doomsday and Secret
and
Wars.
People already have fatigue, so it's not like if you already hate him, you're not going to hate him anymore. I think the maximum amount of people already hate him. So,
but again, it still comes down to talent, because I said the first 20 minutes of Fantastic Four, I found him kind of distracting because like, geez, you again? But then he starts acting, and it's like, yeah, this is why you got the job in the first place, isn't it? Yeah. He's good.
It is shocking. Like, just didn't he? I think 10 million of the budget alone went to the director, who's also the writer.
For what?
For Weapons. Zach Krieger, yeah. He literally 10 million alone went to him.
Damn.
Because he's the writer as well. So he just went,
hell of a deal.
And me, as he was taking it.
That's why I always find it simpler when you're a writer-director, so I know who to give the credit to.
Well, also, if 10 million of 38 million goes to him, this film is even cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So why does it look so good? Why is the horror so good?
Why does it look so good? Because his cinematography is fucking phenomenal. I mean, that's what this is. He took the cinematography from it was inspired by Prisoners.
I was going to say Prisoners. It has a very similar feel.
Mm-hmm.
There's two scenes that really captured the emotion and the tension perfectly. It was the chase scene with Paul, where you feel like you're driving the car and you're like the way they shot it was just so immersive.
Yeah,
and it's that scene
really
anytime they opened the door. It's such a simple thing, but when they opened that door, my eyes were just bolted onto him, excited to see what's going to happen. And the lady coming out with the scissors, nobody could tell me that that's not a horror scene. Just the vulnerability of Justine in that moment, and the moment she opens the door, it's so effective. But you don't need crazy CGI or a big budget to do that. You just have to understand filmmaking.
And it's the silence.
Yes.
You can see it disappearing into the darkness, then coming out again.
Yes.
And it's one long, slow, silent scene where she's coming towards her.
Yes, it's so good. That the few seconds of tension when you're waiting to see who's coming out of the door every single time is effective. Even the little thing with Paul coming out and just waving them in. We didn't need a big... another thing. Compare that to Alien Earth, where someone grabs the shoulder and they do the big jump scare stinger to piss you off and just try to jump scare you. It's so cheap. They didn't have to do that in Weapons. They just understood how to do it properly.
Well, people are all familiar with the horror tactics. Like, we all know the one where the fake out, where they go behind, they move the curtain, and no one's there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all know the jump scares. Like, you've got to change it up, the horror aspect. So people, that's what Paranormal Activity did. That's why everyone was blown away, because it was a different type of horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paranormal Activity.
I'm not a big fan of those movies, but I do respect how they tried to switch it up and like this is
Indeed.
much more appealing, you know?
We were talking about comedies, and Superbad was released 18 years ago over the weekend.
Oh, young they all look. Michael Cera looks exactly the same, but the rest of them.
His son now stars in Alien Earth.
You're joking, right?
I'm joking.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I could totally be his seed. Who knows?
No, but this is one of my favorite comedies ever. I love this movie.
I always Knocked Up. Sorry, I always like Knocked Up more than Superbad, but all of them are pretty fun.
I love that scene where he goes, "What's your name?" Muhammad. He goes, "Why Muhammad?" He goes, "It's the most common name on earth. Read a fucking book."
Read a fucking book once in a while.
Oh yeah, I even though we're coming back to comedies, I still don't think we'll get this. Like, no. I was watching a clip from, was it Scary Movie 4, where she's talking to the little Japanese kid, and even though the subtitles are supposed to make you think they're speaking Japanese, she's going teriyaki, Toyotama, samurai, and the words are clearly different.
I just don't. Yeah, we have a little bit of a renaissance here, a little bit of a comeback, but just don't think they're going to go as deep as they did back in the day. Like one of my favorite all times has always been Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, and that whole premise would fucking offend so many people. All the jokes and that, like, oh my god, every scene in that movie is potentially offensive, and that's what makes it so funny. But you can't get away with that anymore.
Did you watch the sequel, European Gigolo?
No, but I think I did watch back in the day, but no, I just love the first one so much.
I like it because it's got such world building. Like, they go, there's a man whore killer, so he goes to Society of Man Whores. There's a man whore killer, and he goes, listen, we need to keep track of everyone. We've got these GPS trackers we put over your dick, and he goes, they come in every size, smaller for our Asian members.
See, again, you can't do that nowadays. Fucking immediately offended.
And Eddie Griffith, he's like, everyone thinks he's the killer, but what annoys him, he goes, I don't care about being a killer. Everyone thinks I'm a gay. That's what really annoys him.
Fucking the term man whore is one of my favorite phrases from any movie. I immediately think of Deuce Bigelow when I hear that.
Yeah, you've got to watch the sequel. It's so funny.
Did you guys ever see I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry?
I remember the name of that.
Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. Is it Kevin James?
It's Kevin James, Sandler, and Jessica Biel in her. She's like the hottest woman ever at that point. In that movie.
Do you remember Beverly Hills Ninja? Was anyone a fan of that?
Yes, when I was a little kid.
I fucking loved that movie. That was my first time experiencing falling in love with a movie and liking an actor, and then finding out that he just passed. Like, he just died where the movie came out. That sucked because I love that movie. The Great White Ninja. It's just so fucking. It's such a good idea, man.
We
Platoon, did you catch Bros?
Huh? No. Okay. Oh, was that the gay rom-com thing?
Yeah.
No, fuck no.
I don't think anyone, because we all like bad films, I don't think anyone on YouTube even attempted to watch it.
He blamed straight people. The director did.
He said he didn't want. He said there's a gay giant audience to tap into. It's like, no, there isn't.
No, there isn't, man. This idea that gay people are instantly gonna like gay shit, like, or a movie with gay people who are in it or gay themes, it doesn't work that way. Like, it's quality has to come first. I don't know how this is such a mystery to so many people.
Well, I said Hollywood always think they can go back and retread old ground, because didn't they try and do another Hunger Games, like with Rachel Zegler?
Oh yeah, the Ballad of Ice and Songbirds and Snakes. That's the one.
And it was supposed to start off a brand new series and all shit like that because they think, oh, we can go back to old times, but some things are just in the moment. Like you can't just redo it.
Well, yeah, they're like zeitgeist events. They
Yeah.
capture something that's in the culture at that time, and the culture, especially like youth culture, moves on very quickly. Like the Hunger Games has been done already. We're no longer in that mode, unless you want to retell it for TikTok, in which case, you know, you can cut out almost all of it and upload it in 30-second stints with people dancing over it. Then no one's going to be interested.
It's like trying to make the Blair Witch Project now with the same marketing approach that they had. You can never get away with that anymore.
No.
You just have a moment in time for certain things.
And like, and everyone's seen it. It's like, oh, it's another found footage horror. Great. We haven't seen the thousands of those that have come out since the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
God, yeah, it's just absolutely fucked. Well, like I said before, it's like making a superhero film now. The fatigue is in. You have to do something radically different to get my attention.
Unique.
Yeah.
Very, very unique. And the best approach, usually, step one, take yourself seriously. Everything else from there is like a plus, you know? But they can't even get that right. So, yeah, superheroes after Fantastic Four and Superman, not sure what their future is going to be like.
Well, we've got Secret Wars and Doomsday, and it's like, yeah, I'll watch them, but that's kind of when the MCU dies because it's a reboot. But I think that's the point when a lot of people will jump off.
Well, here's the thing. You were excited for Infinity War, I'm going to guess. I didn't even know you back then, but I can guess you were. Are you excited for Doomsday, or are you just watching out of obligation? You know what I mean? That's the difference. Like, the like anticipation for it, I went out to see Endgame in theaters because Infinity War was awesome. I haven't touched a Marvel project like since, or in terms of spending money on it to go and
I've
see it in the
stolen each one.
Yeah, just who cares? It's the content at that point. You're not there for entertainment, and that's where they've lost us completely.
Yeah, if a film's good, like Weapons, like I'll steal Weapons, and if it's good, I'll go to the theater and watch it. That's how I give back. To the community.
I do see the movie first and then steal the shit out of it afterwards for my needs. You know?
The theater experience can be really fun still up to this day, but you need the right project to go out. Like -1, whew, that made the right call seeing that in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, you can't see that, you know, some cam bullshit.
Well, the perfect metaphor for the condition of the cinema is my new cinema has now got the couches that recline. We've got big open seats like they used to be, dirty, crammed together, sticky floor, no cushion, but you had awesome films. Now the theater experience is great, and there's nothing I want to watch.
You're so right.
I go to another fucking movie theater and they don't have the volume up loud enough and the brightness turned up enough. That's so fucking frustrating. Does it happen over there for you guys?
It did when Weapons, like I could hear the next room, which was Fantastic Four.
Of course.
That's fucked up. You're trying to enjoy a quiet scene in Weapons and you have Galactus fucking talking shit in the next room. Like, how are you going to do that? That's stupid.
I just said to him, I'll have the baby. When the woman's coming out the house with the knife, I'm like, okay.
We were talking about Scary Movie 6 earlier. Regina Hall and Anna Faris are officially returning for this movie.
When I think of Scary Movie, I think of these two girls before I even think of the Scream mess. Like they were awesome, man. They were so good.
Isn't it the Wayans brothers that wrote the first two?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
Those are the only two I really like, are the first two, to be honest. But
the others are okay. They've got good moments, but as a film, the first two are better.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't 3? I thought it didn't it go like. I thought
Charlie
it was like one is good,
3.
2 is 3 is good.
Who has the small hand, dude? So you know, a bit of respect.
Yeah, I like that for the first 15 times I saw it.
Was it in number 3? He's Michael Jackson under the sheet, and he goes, "Where's my daughter?" He goes, "I swear I never touched her. She's a girl," and he tries to fight him.
It's been too long for me to remember any of them, really. I just remember particularly how much I like these two. So be curious to give the whole thing a rewatch, see how it holds up.
And what movies they sort of parody will be interesting to see, because I don't know. Obviously, like 3 has Signs. I think Signs is in 3, and there's a bunch of other. And The Exorcist, I think, is in there as well. Like But what in the last few years, horror-wise, has there been, which we expect to see in Scary Movie 6?
That could be the bingo card thing that the guy was asking for earlier. What tropes or what horror movies you think are going to be on here?
Those shitty Conjuring and Insidious movies.
I think those are the easy ones. Annabelle is going to be in there for sure. Got to do her. I want to see Annabelle fight Mithrigan. Like, just do that scene. Just set it up somehow.
Oh yeah, The Ring was number 2.
Babadook.
Yeah,
Long Legs.
Well, as Platoon said, they will think they're being edgy when they're not. We're gonna get like, oh, okay, that was okay-ish.
I feel like that's why I didn't enjoy 3 through 5 of the scary movies, because I just, I thought the first 2. Well, I was young when I saw them, but I was like, yeah, those are edgy. And then
the first one
3 through 5 were like try hard.
Was in the first one, he's in a toilet and he puts his ear to the wall and a dick goes through his head.
Oh my fucking god!
Like
Forgot
that,
all about that. God.
That is like way more edgy than anything we see recently.
Yeah,
I love the dick goes right through one ear and out the other.
Bro, that's like a repressed memory. I forgot that. I completely forgot that scene existed until you just mentioned that. That's true.
Yeah, the first one, you had blood, you had gore, you had like cocks, you had everything.
You had the cum scene, the famous one where he gets shot up to the roof. That's the first one, right?
To the ceiling like Spider-Man.
God, these movies are fucking wild.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, the 2000s was when everything was edgy. Even the wrestling was the Attitude Era.
Yeah, come on now.
The Attitude Era was awesome.
The most famous part. That's everyone's childhood madness. Like the people who don't give a fuck about wrestling now still appreciate the Attitude Era and just all the drama and behind the scenes from that shit. It's interesting stuff.
Yeah. Oh, what else did we have on topic? Oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino, when asked why he scrapped The Movie Critic as his final film, he said, "Every Tarantino title promises so much except The Movie Critic. Who wants to see a movie about a fucking movie critic?"
Yeah, the movie Cynic.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I can just hear his voice saying that. I don't know. I've listened to a lot of this guy's interviews.
Who wants to see a movie about a fucking movie critic?
Yeah. He'd probably make a good movie still, but
I think he's just afraid to make a last movie.
Yeah.
Because he boxed himself into a corner here.
Yeah, but that's entirely within his control. It could just not be his last movie.
He could just be like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to just keep making movies until I really feel like I'm done.
Look at Ridley. Yeah, he's about to turn to dust. He's still trying to make movies.
Well, Daniel Day-Lewis has retired, and now he's come back for his son's movie. Just go back on your word. Nobody cares.
Yeah, no one cares. Everyone loves your movies. Just keep making them.
Yeah, it's a retirement for directors. It's kind of like, what are you doing? Nothing. You can still do it at any time. It's not like an athlete where
there's no pressure. This is all just self-inflicted pressure. He can just make a movie when he thinks he has a good one. We'll all just sit around and wait because he makes bangers. So
he's acting like he made a vow. I made a secret vow, an oath I must keep.
Well, if you look at art,
or just ended at 9.
Artists and directors pull the same thing. Like I remember Jay-Z back in like 2003 doing the Black Album as his big retirement. That was over 20 like those fucking decades ago, and he's still going. So they're horseshit. It's a marketing thing.
Or do you think because everyone's saying he's like one of the best directors still alive, he's kind of afraid to make a mid movie? Because he might go, there's just not enough here.
It's definitely pressure on him. Definitely pressure on him to maintain quality because he is one of the last respected people. Despite it, in terms of directors who you're going to see a film just on their name alone, there's only a couple of them. And
he has made mid movies. It's not like he has an absolutely unblemished record here, but
no, but he's still highly respected.
Absolutely,
if he made the movie
just
Critic,
keep making movies.
And it was boring. People go, "Oh, he hasn't got it anymore." And if it's his quote unquote last movie, he goes out on a flop.
What do you think is his best and worst film?
His worst movie might be Death Proof.
That's
and his best movie is either, my favorite one is Inglourious Bastards, but the best one is probably Pulp Fiction.
I would say Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. I like parts of Inglourious Bastards. Like certain scenes are amazing. Like the Three Fingers
Yeah,
is
really good.
is phenomenal. It's just the ending. I'm not really like.
I did like the ending because I wanted that satisfying payoff, and Tarantino knew I did as the audience member, and he gave us what we wanted.
How do you feel about Reservoir Dogs as like a debut film? I think it's one of them.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's how you show your chops from the very beginning. Like
Mhm.
you can see he's going places.
No budget, still holds up.
Yeah.
Really entertaining.
Fucking $4 movie. It's just like just nothing.
All in
It's a
one
couple
warehouse.
characters. Yeah, it's just characters and dialogue. I love it. You get so much out of them.
Yeah, it's just. I think that's the problem. Is he's held himself up. He said 10 movies, and now I don't think the movie critic is good enough. So he's went, I'll do something else. He is he has wrote a sequel to Once Upon a Time in America in Hollywood.
But Fincher's directing it.
Yeah. So because I think he stopped and went, I can't do it, and then he bought the rights. So technically, he is making more movies. He's just not directing them.
Someone should tell him that Coldplay said they'd quit after they made 10 albums. Like, do you really want to be that gay? Do you want to be compared to Coldplay? Because I don't think you do. So you should do more movies because you're not like them.
We are desperate for movies.
Yeah. Hateful Eight was not a bad movie. I like
someone like him who's so passionate about films. Like, how can he put a deadline on his career? Like, he's not going to want to make something 5 years from now. Just make a movie when you're passionate about the script and you want to actually put something together. You don't need to put all this pressure on yourself by saying, "Oh, this is my final film." It just does. I don't know. I can't think of an example where that works.
Well, he could be afraid of being like Ridley Scott, who's going back and destroying everything.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't.
Too.
Kill Bill Volume 4.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Leave that alone.
Death Proof was definitely better than Planet Terror, but I still think it's probably his weakest effort. It's still a fun movie. I don't skip anything in Tarantino's filmography.
I don't remember anything in Planet Terror except a machete man and a girl with a machine gun leg and some madness.
Yeah,
it's not. It's like more of a fever dream. Cool. Fever dream than a movie. Where Death Proof is very simple, but I still remember being entertained. Like if you appreciate the car stunts and whatnot. And that chick was really on that the hood of that car doing that shit. So there's things to appreciate in it. Yeah.
I think the problem as a movie critic is that he can't write himself in playing a creep.
Yeah, licking toes and shit. There's no room for
toes.
Yeah, what the fuck? God. Like in From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's the one scene, yeah. And even the wiggle be your big toe scene in Kill Bill. Like there's a reason we're zoomed in on her gargoyle toes. Like it's just crazy. They're all going this way and that way. It's crazy. But he made sure to zoom right in for a reason. The man's a freak, but make good movies.
God.
Well, most freaks are artistic.
Charlie Cox was asked recently if season 2 of Daredevil is the final season. He said, "No, I do not believe so," because he recently made a statement that made it seem like it was going to be the last season. But I don't know. Budget versus ratings. I thought the ratings for this was poor.
Yeah, I mean, didn't it basically die after the first episode was released? I think it sort of just dropped out completely in that first week. Deservedly so, because it's fucking shit. But
trash.
Well, that's been every Disney Plus show. They've been doing kind of worse than the last. Like each Star Wars one is doing worse.
This one was pretty bad, though, when you consider that you had Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox, everyone coming back, and just the hype of the fan base itself. I was pretty surprised that Daredevil bombed the way it did compared to some of the other crap that they put out. Because people really do love those first 3 seasons, especially the first one in particular, but it wasn't enough.
Don't know.
But then, I mean, will they try and fold him into the main MCU at some point? I mean, they took the trouble to make it part of the same canon. Speaking of people who
put him in No Way Home. Yeah.
They did.
The last good, you just took it out of my mouth. The last good Daredevil scene is No Way Home. That's when he's in character. That's when he's interesting. I love moments where you know exactly how these characters should react, and you get that, like when he catches the thing and both him and Spider-Man put their arms up. That's Daredevil. That's Peter Parker to a T. They nailed that scene. He's been dog shit ever since, getting dog walked in She-Hulk, getting embarrassed in Echo, and then getting just humiliated in his own show. They don't know what to do with this guy, but I don't know.
Fuck.
Such a waste.
And so there are also conflicting reports if Deadpool is going to be in Avengers. I assume he will be. I think they've realized they need all hands on deck here. So Spider-Man, I'm sure, will be in the movie. I'm sure Deadpool will make an appearance. They might not be teaming up with the Avengers or anything yet, but I'm sure they'll be in the film.
Wait, so what? Deadpool's in it? Or Doomsday? What's his name?
Ryan Reynolds also posted something with an Avengers logo and like a spray paint something or other on it as kind of a tease. And they're announcing more casting for the movie at the end of the month. So I won't be shocked.
Hasn't who was it who's already filmed all their scenes? Was it Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, Pascal.
You don't have a finished script. They're still bringing people in. How is it your last scene?
They fill it in as they go.
Mess.
They fill it in as you go. Any of the behind the scenes with Marvel projects, you kind of reveal that. If they just don't even, there's that quote with Bill Murray talking to the guy who made Ant-Man. He's like, "This is Jeff. He's writing it as he goes along." Like pretty much they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Yet they have all this money to play with. It's fucking insane, man. Marvel needs to be studied.
I remember watching this thing where they had this, I can't remember what it was called, but they used to have this low polygon resolution of how scenes would play out. They used to kind of go, so it's like this really kind of shitty Windows 97. It looks like it's that bad, but it was a quick, cheap way of animating the special effects.
It's like animatics kind of thing, where you do the proof of concept in motion. So it used to just be like hand-drawn cartoony shit, and then I think they moved it up to, previs is the one.
That's it. And you're like, you used to plan. You used to know what you were doing.
Yeah, you'd have an idea. Like Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, he said that he doesn't know what his arc is in the Multiverse of Madness. He has no idea what the point of his character's story is. Like, that's a fucking failure. It's crazy.
How many times have we heard that where people go, "I have no idea what's going on"?
The one I'll never forget, I mentioned it before, but it's Elizabeth Olsen saying she had no idea who she was killing in the Illuminati scene in the Multiverse of Madness. It changed a lot. She had no idea what the fuck was going on. And if you look at that, if you watch that movie with that in mind, it's the reason why someone will say something to her and her response has nothing to do with what the fuck they just said. She's retarded. It's so bad.
It's got to be hard acting when the room is filled with nothing but tennis balls.
Yes, it's just a bunch of green shit. And like, how are you supposed to be inspired compared to something like Lord of the Rings, where they had sets and like actual things to inspire the actors? You're mentioning the screenplay thing, how they had like, a little animatronic thing that they would set up for it. Rian Johnson had like stick figures for The Last Jedi. I remember that specifically. He had like little cartoon drawings to display what he was gonna do, and it's like actual real shit you can see. He's such a fucking goof, but a little bit more effort so people can see your vision. It does go a long way.
Well, we're not getting that. We're getting shit.
I mean, it could be with Pascal that they just know what the last scene has to be, and so they filmed it first, and he's in it. Like, he has the last line in the movie, and he looks to the camera and he says, "We're in the Secret Wars now," and that's the end of the film. And so he's already done.
We're in the Secret Wars.
It's like a war, but it's secret.
It's a secret
Don't
war.
tell anyone about the
secret war.
What are they gonna do with him?
I hope it's just 2 hours of just bare knuckle boxing. Everyone just beats the shit out of everyone.
Throwing down.
Do you think that they have to flesh out Reed and Dr. Doom's relationship? So I imagine his scenes might already be set in stone because they probably, like that ending scene, that we're probably onto something with that, I think. And whatever flashback scenes to paint the background, I think, is probably all he'll be in.
But then, like, how do you even have time for the flashback scenes with all of the thousands of characters?
They're just going to follow the Thanos method. Like in Infinity War, they had a couple of flashbacks to paint the picture.
Well, they did it well in Infinity War, though. Like, those flashbacks were super effective. Seeing Gamora, how Thanos gathered in the first place, showing the balance thing with the knife and everyone getting shot in the background. There was quality scenes. I just don't see them replicating that success, even if they steal the format. You know what I mean? especially with 50,000 more characters to work with.
You're rushing a relationship that requires the same kind of care that Tony and Steve's relationship did in the Avengers.
Exactly.
And that was nurtured over 3 phases, and you're rushing it over 2 movies. It's not gonna. It's gonna be really difficult to make work.
It's not gonna work. It's impossible.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, how do you think they're gonna tie together Reed Richards and Doom? Is it gonna be Reed Richards is secretly responsible for helping Doom become God Emperor or some shit?
I don't know. Maybe Reed reached out to Doom as an option when he was trying to work on the Galactus problem or something, you know.
But because we had the scene in Fantastic Four where is it Latveria is Doctor Doom's place, and they're absent from the meeting at the beginning of the film, so like they're already gone. So something's already happened, I guess.
Like, why wouldn't he help? He lives on Earth, the fucking idiot.
Yeah, the continuity is screwed. There's nothing they can do at that point. Are they going to mention Kang? That's one thing I'm curious about. Are we just going to forget that guy?
I heard someone said that they got rid of Kang in one of the What Ifs stories. So maybe they think they've already done that.
Yeah, like everyone says, the quickest, easiest way is to have a bunch of dead Kangs and Doom walking forwards, and that's
it. Yeah. Just the Council of Kang scene from the end of Ant-Man 3, but they're all dead.
It should be the Matrix Reloaded scene. Just Doom just fucking all of them up like Smiths. That's what I want to see. Just a bunch of Kangs getting bodied. That'll actually be a good way to wrap this up.
That would be good.
Or you make it funnier and you make it the Jonestown and they all just drink poisons, Kool-Aids and die. They're all going chug, chug, and next you know they're all dead.
One last paycheck for Jonathan Majors. Could just be a corpse.
Well, you don't have to pay him because you had Lizard Kang, didn't you? You just have a bunch of different animal Kangs.
Well, that is the problem, because there are infinite Kangs, so it's impossible to actually get rid of him unless you just pretend like you did, which is what this movie will do.
Pretty much.
Or you do like a blender. Every time they show up, you just shoot them, and it's just like a revolving door. Every time they open the door, the gun goes off, it reloads, and then the next one walks in.
I think we're almost at the end of the slide, so I figured, fuck it, might as well just.
Is this the first time this happens?
Ever, and the most amount of slides we've ever done too.
Yeah, stayed on point. There's a couple of them we just kind of skipped over. That's why.
Yeah, I mean they connected a few. You know, actually, I did a flow.
I'll say this.
I made a thing.
I'll say this right off the bat. Monster Hunter. Wow. Like to slip in between, like Street Fighter and Mega Man and Devil May Cry are pretty iconic at this point. Monster Hunter to be that profitable when it's not as big as a name in comparison is pretty impressive.
And no films, no tie-ins, no nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always that Homer Simpson. It's the worst day of my life. It's the worst day of your life so far. Whereas, are we going to get, like, because we had the Netflix Resident Evil, which was, that was terrible. Is there, like, another attempt at Resident Evil, or are they going to put it on the back burner, do you think?
Was the Zach Krieger?
Yeah, he's doing one, isn't he?
Movie, yeah.
Oh, no, man. Oh, they're already rebooting it. Oh, they're doing a Street Fighter. There was a tweet by the guy who's playing Guile.
Yes, it's Cody Rhodes from WWE.
He's gonna play Guile.
And like Roman Reigns from WWE is playing someone too, I believe.
He's got the hair of Guile because you can see his shadow, and he's got the flat top.
He does have the little spiky thing, yeah.
Apparently there already is a Monster Hunter film. Chad is informing us.
Really?
I guess there is. I haven't seen it or heard of it, but then I've never played a Monster Hunter game, so I wouldn't know.
Movie.
God, Devil May Cry is too corny for me. I can't do it.
Oh, the Monster Hunter.
The character, Dante. I don't know. I remember the first couple games just being super turned off. I thought it was really cringe.
They make him a teenager. Terrible. They make him a teenager in the third one, so his personality is annoying. But then that's the best game, arguably, in the whole franchise. They make him stoic and cool in the second one, but that's the shittiest game in the whole fucking franchise. So like, they had the aesthetic right in the second one. They just didn't get the gameplay right into the third one. So he's always. I don't think they've ever perfectly got Dante.
Well, they have in number 5. 4 and 5, he's back to stoic Dante,
Okay.
and he fights Virgil, and it's actually really good.
I beat the first 4. I never played 5, so we'll see.
5's good. Speaking of Monster Hunter, the movie, just like Resident Evil, it has Mila Djokovic, whatever her name is. She is like cancer to these films.
She's just got, man. She's staring at the screen, being pretty. That's it. Like,
That's
who's better, her or Gal Gadot? Who do you think's better?
Mila.
Mila.
Yeah. I still pick Mila.
I have to think about it for a second there, but I think you're probably right.
Yeah, Mila. So I thought it was even in my head for a second that I remembered Snow White. I'm like, nope.
Like, Kal-El, no.
It's not even that. No. That has been eclipsed by her singing performance in Snow White. Watching her actually try to act like that was just. She's
what's
terrible.
the Orient Express? There's enough to fill the night.
Oh man. Fucking hell, man.
She's so fun. I love her.
She's terrible. She's so likable, though. She is likable. That's the only reason it works.
Yes.
When you're likable and beautiful, you can get away with being a talentless hack. It just how the world works.
Yeah.
She's so funny. But yeah, did anyone see the Devil May Cry animated show?
No, I heard something about them invading hell and that being a bad thing, but that's I don't know.
It's horrendous in every level. Dante is a side character in his own movie. Lady, who's actually likable in the games, is a cunt.
Oh man, like Trish? You mean Trish?
There's no Lady. Trish is not in this one. It goes straight to Lady, and Lady is a annoying girl boss. Dante is so irrelevant. There's one episode he's cut out of his whole show to give a Lady backstory.
What? How do you do that to Dante? Like you can't. That's like the Blade plot where they wanted to make him the 5th character and make it about like 4 girls, his daughter or some shit. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this with these characters that have such a built-in fan base?
Yeah, like he gets beaten up every scene, and the 1 or 2 times he wins, he immediately gets crushed. He has to get saved by a lady 60 times. She is. I'm not joking. She's like every sentence she swears. Like, she's recounting the story of Sparta, but she's going like, that demon, or whatever the fuck his name was, he was like hella evil. And like, one day he was like, I'm going to stop being fucking evil. I'm not joking. She tells a story like that.
That's so pathetic, man. Why do they have to like Gen Z-ify everything?
Yeah, it sounds like Last of Us dialogue.
Yeah. Like, if anyone doesn't know, Sparta is like an ancient like demon. Like, you need to have that fucking... You need a proper narration for that. Yeah, you need reverence and respect. You can't just do that.
In Devil May Cry 3, she actually goes, I heard the myths. I thought it was fake. Then I met his son. There's actually like sincerity to the character. There's none of that in this. Like, the whole invading hell thing is hilarious because halfway through, they make demons and for refugees. We just want to come into Earth and work. You've built a wall that's kept us out.
It's the same thing they did in the Rings of Power with the orcs and fucking Grog or whatever the fuck his name was. So it's pathetic.
It does it both, though. It's the same thing as you said with the orcs. They're evil. They're completely cartoonishly evil, but they're also family men who want to just coexist.
They want to eat their cake and have it too. It's fucking pathetic. And the stupid family orc who was representing all the sensitive sides of them, they made sure to never show him. Yeah, Glug, that's his name. They made sure to never show him during the battle scenes. So you can have your evil orcs doing their evil things, but then cut back to Glug being a fucking pussy every other scene. It's so
He was a coward. He never fought, and he betrayed Sauron. Glug's the worst person.
Glug's the worst. The only fight scene he's in is when he snakes him after everything and shanks him in the back.
But like the best thing is they've got the villain, the supposed human villain, and he just goes, he's got the best lines. He's voiced by Kevin Conroy before he died. And they're supposed to make you hate him, but he has lines like, I will not die, God won't allow it. And he does shit like that. He's the most Chad character in the show. And then at the end of it, they do an Iraq-style evasion of hell. And you're supposed to feel bad for the demons who are eating people.
Oh my God, man.
Like, American Idiot plays as demons are getting blown up by tanks and Black Hawk helicopters.
Is there
I'm like-
anything redeemable in the show? Like anything
No.
that they get right?
No.
Okay.
Like Lady is supposed to have demons are people too moments when they just copy the raid. Like they get trapped in a hotel, a demon lets her in and protects her, literally straight out of the raid. But even though Dante has helped, she now sees demons as people, but still treats Dante as shit because she has to emasculate them, which makes her even worse.
Fuck.
Christ.
Oh,
They're
it
still
is.
doing this shit.
Oh god, it's as big. I've wrote a review. It's as big as my Castlevania one, which means it'll never come out. It will never come out.
No, drop it, man. I want to see a proper review on this show.
Yeah.
Such a
will
cool
do.
character, but it's the only goal they have in mind, to emasculate them and make them pathetic. From Kenobi to James Bond, everyone you could think of. It's just
Like Dante doesn't realize he's half demon, even though he has super speed. He can heal from shotgun blasts. He just goes, "My dad is in Sparta." That's all he keeps saying, even though every single character is like, "Of course you're half demon, you fucking idiot."
Yeah.
No, it's like, who gave him his swords? Who gave him rebellion?
Dante's introduction in the first game is literally him getting stabbed by his own sword and rising out of it. They basically want you to know from step one, this guy is OP as fuck. Okay, let's go on from here. You can't take a character like that and make him a bitch.
Like, he can't keep up with Lady, even though it gets established he can move as fast as the Flash. That's how stupid the plot is. Sorry, $50, but my ranting is
his ranting takes priority, people. Wanda Girl did send in a $50 super chat. Please stop saying Devil May Cry wants us to feel bad for mindless beasts who eat people to get stronger. Part of me dies every time he's due. I'm glad I never branched out beyond the 5 main games, but I can only take so much.
Well, Adi Shankar literally went, I wanted to come into Devil May Cry because he was unaware that the 5th game was getting made. He went, this is fresh new ground that I can make my stamp, which is basically, I want to turn Devil May Cry into my franchise.
Why do they do that? Every single time they want to put their stamp on it rather than understanding what made it work.
Well, this is the same guy that cried about Apu being Indian.
Mm-hmm. When every character... Go ahead, sorry.
No, I said Apu was a family man, owned a job, most likable, got shot. I mean, who doesn't in America? But he was a well-respected character, and he complains about Apu.
When every character in The Simpsons is supposed to be a stereotype, yet somehow Apu is the only one who's offensive. It's pathetic. When, like you said, he's a respectable man. He's a hard worker. He's a family man. I remember when he married Manjula, he got all of Springfield jealous because he was doing the 7-day Valentine thing to her or whatever. He's got so many good qualities to his character that are memorable. But he's a stereotype, so we have to fucking delete him. It's just
it was because it was voiced by a white guy as well. The point in which, if it weren't already apparent that The Simpsons had lost all of its teeth by that point, the fact that they backed down and said, "Yes, you're so right, we won't do a put anymore." Like say, well, that's just fucking lame.
I lose so much respect for that.
Has anyone
Wonder
heard
Girl,
Carl?
thank you for the super chat, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, watch Devil May Cry. You'll have a miserable time.
We did have one final slide, and it was about the YouTube rolling out AI-powered age verification systems.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. I noticed, so I was watching just out of curiosity, and I lost 12% of my audience the minute it kicked in. My views dropped by 12%. Yep. It's fine. Like, it's fine. It's steady and whatever. But because those people could have gone back and age verified or whatever, so like the channel's back to normal, but it instantly fell 12%.
You know what, that sounds like the meme where the house is on fire and you're going, it's fine.
Well, I mean I wasn't happy with it, but I was like, I actually expected worse. I was wondering how intense this was going to be, because like I'm like, how many fucking people in our niche are watching like Pokemon shit too, you know, like I am. So fucking like, you know, they're gonna think you're a 13-year-old instead of a 38-year-old man.
Yeah, some people's like diversity of content that they watch on YouTube is going to be just out of this. It's just, you can't really judge this just based on content watched. Like not everyone's going to have consistent things that they watch. Just Go from
and
murder
I don't think-
documentaries to fucking
I
anime.
genuinely don't think they understand how little difference there is between like an adult man and a child in terms of what you watch. Because most of us still watch shit that we watched when we were really young.
Yeah.
And it's really good fun and we still do it. Fucking 30th anniversary of Gundam Wing this year. Of course I went and rewatched that on YouTube because it's all there. So now it's going to be like, oh yeah, well, based on the amount of anime you view, we assume that you're 13.
Right.
So please give us your passport. Fuck
It's such
you,
a
no.
fucked up metric. Like you just can't determine it based on that alone. I just don't know how this is going to work in any way.
Also,
Well, they're doing
when you
like,
age and you watch Minecraft videos, like how do you like tell it you're older? Because it goes, well, you still like Minecraft videos. You're like, but I'm 18 now.
Right.
How does that work?
And how does it for the people who are just watching it for research purposes? There's so many things this thing would have to take account for. This could never work.
No, well, what's
AI
that?
is apparently very powerful.
Is it Norman Reedus from Death Stranding? Everyone's using his face to get past because he goes, take a picture of your face, and on photo mode you can open his mouth. So there's just millions of Norman Reedus.
we had that. Didn't we have that in this country with the online safety thing, and everyone was using Keir Starmer's face to get past like face verification? Just upload a picture of the Prime Minister. That'll do.
It's amazing.
It's never gonna work. You can always find a way around it. It's just it's there to bully the companies into behaving how they want them to behave.
It's just research, boys. It's just research.
Just research.
Back away.
But the lesson you should take from it is, no, it's never going to work, so stop even trying. But the lesson they'll take from it is, oh, it's not working yet, so if we make it even more draconian, we might completely break the platform, but it'll be worth it, because won't somebody think of the children?
It's like Anakin.
You
underestimate my power. We're going, don't try it.
Yes. It's just a stupid idea.
Won't someone think of the children we've been offering up to gangs?
Well, I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, Jesus Christ, the amount of shit they did not give for all of the stuff that kids are actually in danger from.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, no, YouTube? Oh, no, we must have some age verification on that. Please don't use a VPN to subvert it, because that would be wrong.
Well, they haven't got around the VPN because government contracts still require it. They still need to. They basically said we need to build our own custom one because we're relying on third parties. Once we have that, we'll ban VPNs.
Yeah, because they're incompetent and useless. It's like when the British government basically said, "Oh yeah, we probably should ban TikTok because it's a Chinese front organization." And so they tried to do it, but it's like the Labour Party has an account on TikTok which it uses to try and get voters. This is the government that says it should ban it. And I'm picking on Labour just because they're currently in power, but like the Conservatives created the Online Safety Act, so like they deserve all of the shit as well. And it's normally, it used at least to be traditionally conservative Luddites who don't understand the internet who said incredibly cringe things about it, but now it's just cross-party. Like there was some fucking Tory woman years ago who they decided to make an internet czar, and she was like, "Oh yes, we must stop the pornography somehow." Like, well, how are you going to do that, Claire? Whatever the fuck your name is. I know your husband doesn't want to shag you anymore, but that doesn't really mean you should break the internet. I know you're salty, but
you can
stop.
tell it doesn't matter like what party because it's all organized. But like these fucking like what happens in the UK. Happens in Australia, happens in New Zealand, and then it comes for America because it's all one party just pushing these things. We are all fucked.
Yeah. But the correct response to it is because this is inevitable. Like, obviously, when a big-ish market like Europe will introduce measures like this and say, "Hey, you need to do age verification on your platforms," it doesn't stay in that market because, like, why would a company create parallel systems which are really expensive for different markets? It's just an incentive for them to say, "Fuck, I guess we'll just do the same thing in the States in that case because it's simple and easy." The lucky thing for us is that it then runs up against, objections in the United States based on little things called the First Amendment. So there's a chance that it gets pushed back on. I think 4chan did this quite recently because the fucking Ofcom, the UK media regulator, wrote a letter to 4chan saying, "Hey, we don't like you." And 4chan said, "Well, we're based in California and we don't have any offices in the UK, so go fuck yourself." Like, I'm not a particularly big fan of 4chan, but that is the correct response for an American company. Tell them to go fuck themselves. What the fuck are the British going to do to you? Like, we can't stop boats in the channel. We can't stop American companies.
Well, what they'll do is America will come up with a cross fucking international fucking EU, UN, whatever you call it, fucking Department of Censorship. It's all coming for us. We're all going to be censored.
Is it really as bad as people were saying over there in terms of the censorship? Because some of the stuff I'm hearing just sounds like
there's
ridiculous.
no porn.
Like there's things like that are kind of like funny, but like there's other things like the WhatsApp and people being
funny,
yeah,
funny.
kind of funny.
You make fun of my fight.
We need to deal with angry, aggressive young men. I know. Let's stop them watching porn. So it's the one thing that's going to calm them down. But that is the funny part. But then that obviously is the extension into, well, we need to have some legal backdoor into encrypted messaging apps. So WhatsApp, you're going to have to hand us in. Like the pre-encrypted messages have to go through us first. Or there's the fact that you can't watch videos of people protesting against immigration on Twitter because it's still flagged for age verification under the same law that they're trying to use to ban porn. So, of course, it never stops there. The minute you allow governments to start censoring in one area because of the kids, the government is free to define what protecting kids looks like. It doesn't mean protecting them from people who rape them, but it does mean protecting them from seeing people who talk about people who rape them.
It's usually the politicians. Like the guy went, if you don't support the online safety bill, you're a pedo, even though he voted against the rape inquiry of children.
This is the guy I fucking ranted about on Twitter, because the man currently in charge of the internet in the United Kingdom is a dyslexic with a reading comprehension age of 4. He's never worked in tech. His entire job was shitty little charities that did no work in Bosnia. And now they put him in charge of the internet.
They were crime fronts. They laundered money. I'd cry, but I'd rather laugh.
Jeez.
And it's coming for you. You're not safe, Cynic or Brooks. You're going to get it as well.
Yeah, it starts with 12% of your audience, but wait until it's 50, then you might start complaining.
We are the testing ground. We're the petri dish. Once they see it kills us, then they'll come for everyone.
Well, that last sad slide was the last slide. It does spell doom, I suppose, but not today. Today, though, TGV Monster sent in 3 straight super chats to start out, so I'll read these. He said, I love weapons. I knew what was going on because I know a lot about witchcraft and the occult. Plus, any D&D player will say, never trust nice old ladies.
Oh, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. The old woman's a hag. If anyone's played it.
I bought a xenomorph mask because I wanted to. Good for you.
Cool.
Nice.
Don't they keep making the popcorn buckets and it's like a little mouth that comes out? We're like full of popcorn.
Is there one for this? Or was there one for Romulus?
For Romulus. Like it looks horrendous.
The Nosferatu coffin one was kind of cool. I think that's about it.
The Mr. Fantastic was shit. Just his arm wrapped around. Yeah.
Stretchy dick. I read these out of order. Sorry. Did start out with hi everyone. Good to see you all. And it's good to see you all. Who Done It says, please watch the Good Boys trailer. We can do that on After Dark.
Is that I heard there's the dog, right?
Yeah.
I know nothing about it except that it's got a dog in it because
it's going to be manipulative as fuck.
I was going to say, I think I need a break from dogs after stupid crypto. Like, I just don't want to see another dog for the rest of the year.
TGV Monster also says, Platoon, you need to play Resident Evil so you can become a Chris Redfield simp. Like me.
I need to fucking have time to play games. Which one do I start with? Do I have to play all of them in order, or can I just pick up 4?
No, they're each all separate stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you'll have recurring characters like Resident Evil 2 and 4 are Leon. 1 and is 3 Chris.
No.
Number 5.
Claire,
Oh,
right?
it's Jill Valentine.
Oh, Jill. Yeah.
Yeah, so like they're all. You can just pick one up and play it independently. It's only like Resident Evil 6 when he tried to do an Avengers crossover. That sucked.
Yeah, that did suck. It was definitely
An
Avengers wannabe situation.
Yeah.
All the characters finally meet.
Yeah. You've got Alba Wesker's son. And he goes, and it's like, I don't care. This gameplay's terrible.
Yeah. Istofobo says Gen Xenomorph or Deep Space 90210. Oh god.
I could unironically see them doing a Gen Xenomorph though. That sounds like exactly the kind of thing Disney Plus would want.
Deep Space 90210. That's hilarious.
I like 90210. Limited Cheetah says, make Ripley's tighty whities great again. Oh god.
Man. Ripley will never be topped, man. All these Ripley clones over the decades, they all suck. Like Elizabeth Shaw sucked. Yeah, Elizabeth Shaw sucked, and she was the most interesting out of all of them. Like, yeah. Actually, no. Someone mentioned the chick from Alien versus Predator, the black girl. She was likable at least, but there's pretty much slim pickings after that.
Well, you know, look back at the director, and didn't Sigourney Weaver have a bush she wouldn't shave?
Yep,
and the director was. Yeah, like imagine as a director, I want you to airbrush her bush out the way.
And the guy's like, "What? You heard me. You fucking heard me. Get to work."
You heard
every fucking pube.
Like,
it's just causing so much problems for the directors. Like, just shave your shit, woman. Like, come on. But I guess that's means something to them or whatever.
They wouldn't dare have that conversation now.
Yeah.
Like that's the big questions.
Well, yeah, the risk that they take. Like even in the Exorcist, the scene where the chick gets knocked back, the mother, she takes a serious bump in that. But it's you know, you got to take one for the team, and it's good on camera.
Well, who's
nowadays everyone's so soft, they wouldn't be allowed to do that. Like you're not gonna see that happening to Scardrill and risk breaking her nose or some shit.
Who's the one on the bed where she kept going back and forward on the Exorcist, and she said she like broke 3 of her backbones.
Must have been Negan or
no, in the Exorcist, you know, the girl's jumping up and down the bed, like she apparently smashed her entire back into it.
Oh fuck, man. Well, it's I don't know. Good films and good stories, you generally have some crazy horror stories, and just the things that it's all about sacrifice. Like almost every member of the Fellowship got maimed in some way in order to get the Lord of the Rings done. So it's like you gotta shed some blood for the art.
Toivo says, recommend everyone watch Random Film Talks Gladiator video.
Does he? I didn't think he had a. Do you mean the Spartacus?
Yeah, I think the Spartacus one.
Yeah. I
think
he
7.5 hours long.
Dude,
it is.
Dude,
it's on my list.
Oh, he corrected himself. Spartacus, rather.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You corrected yourself for €2, but we did it for you for free. So really, you know, I mean, thank you, but really.
We had your back.
Is it just one season? He's done 7 hours on one season. Because Blood and Sand's the first one, then it's Vengeance, then it's something else.
Knowing him, it could be like one season. Yeah, or it's pretty extensive.
He's insane.
Listen, like some of us here did 14 hours on The Acolyte. Okay, like I'm not going to be outdone on this.
No, you're all mad. How about that? Don't worry. It's just like you, Reaper. Like you have 7 hours to say about like almost any piece of media.
No,
it's just it's
tough. 5 minutes is a stretch.
Yeah, dude. Like
but there's a skill in both of it too.
25 max.
But 5, 10, 15, 20, like if that's your realm, there's still a skill in trying to get as much, content and quality within that time frame.
Yeah.
So I don't believe something is good just because it's long, and I don't think something is empty just because it's short. It all comes down.
My goal is to make 1 hour. That will be the max I will do.
if Drinker could put out a long man video, then you can too, Reaper. Like,
but it was a compilation, so I've heard those don't count.
Was that a compilation?
My own compilations.
Cheating bastard.
No, it is cheating. It is cheating.
Well,
you can't do that. You have to structure it as one from the beginning, or it doesn't count.
I don't know. I think you can put care in curating how a compilation is put together.
If you're going to change it in terms of the editing altogether, it's a different experience. But if you're going to add content to it, then it's got to be transformed, right?
I think all of the compilations I've done weren't just straight up like I added full video length or typical video lengths of mine anyway, additional content into the compilations. So probably like an additional third of the video, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Platoon, do you recognize him as a fellow longman?
I do.
Well, and honestly, you should
Secretly
answer this
doesn't.
question more than any of us, Platoon. Like, what do you consider longman territory? Like, what is the break point, like, from your perspective?
I don't know actually. I'm genuine. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be over an hour.
I think over an hour is the absolute minimum, and even then, I consider that kind of medium length. It's not.
Yeah. I think 3 hours. If you can hit the get to that 3 hour mark, I think that counts. But
1 hour is kind of longish.
Yeah.
But 3 hours is getting more into like that's long. It's longer than a movie, so it's long.
All right.
That's a good point. If it's longer than a movie, the average movie, so 3+ hours is longman territory. That's a good metric for it.
Gorbs said, if adult minds cannot be transferred, what about the whole brain? Wire it up inside the synth head.
Well, it's not even clear. Are they synths who think they're children, or actually the children?
Well, they have that dude who keeps saying like, "Oh, fear is for animals. You're not animals," and he's clearly something else other than they are, right? Isn't he? Just,
well, he's a synth.
He's a synth, and they're hybrids.
Okay. Well, that's another thing. How do synths feel about their bodies being taken over by human minds? Because they're already slaves. And
there needs to be conversations.
Now they don't even need us. They made androids because they needed us. Now they don't.
There should be a whole proper dinner scene dedicated to that, but they won't.
But that's doubly fucked because by the time of Alien, which comes later, the synths they're known to break down and go mad, so they're obviously not particularly good. Ash, obviously goes nuts and tries to kill people and stuff, and then in Aliens they explain, that they were buggy, faulty models. So there's something about the other model versions in Alien Earth has to be significantly worse than that for them to just disappear.
Yeah.
Did anyone cringe when she jumped off a cliff and landed perfectly on sand? And I was like, oh no.
You could have done this in so many other ways in terms of showing us their abilities, but you chose this cringe method. Everything about Wendy is just cringe. I'm not feeling the performance. Everything about the character in terms of her brother and the build-up is just rushed. Like, we needed to actually spend time seeing her transition into this body properly. Instead, they rushed to like the entire crew, and we don't care about any of them.
They gave her a paper cutter / as a sword.
Yeah,
and she's got it on her back.
Magnetic spine. Like, what is that? You see those in like elementary school to cut,
Yeah, it cuts paper. It's not going to cut a xenomorph, but there'll be a moment where she slides under it in slow-mo and splits her in half.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're fast, we're strong, we don't break. You're like, yeah, bro, I know.
We're retarded as well.
We're retarded.
We're also 6 years old. Like, throw that out there. There's so many things they've just messed up on.
Filthy Casual 69 says, can you explain why they think her mind will develop? Clearly a time jump since her brother and her were close in age, but she seemingly hasn't matured.
Well, that's the thing. He's like 8 years older than her because in the flashback, she's a baby on the floor and he's sitting with his dad watching the World Series from 200 years ago. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's like me watching like the opera.
OG.
Yeah, and then it's like, so she's 14 and then she's in, how long is she on Neverland?
I don't know.
How much older is her brother? Is like, because you'd think, I don't know, like the time thing doesn't make any sense because the brother would have to be basically the same age as he is now when she got the transfer.
I'm not even sure. Was there a time skip after she got transferred and then the kids got introduced? Because it felt like she had time to adjust to that body. It wasn't just
because you got the kind of montage as like they did it to more test subjects, right? And then they sort of slowly joined her. So an amount of time passed. It didn't seem like it was a very long time.
But she seems so childish, like she's surrounded by toys. The actress who they got to play her younger looked about 14. And yet when you see her surrounded by toys, she behaves like she's 8.
Yeah. And that toy scene was just weak exposition. She's talking to her stuffed animals so we can get the whole backstory for her and her brother. It's just fucking lame, man.
How stupid was a brother? And he's trying to empathize with what is a camera. And then what is he? He says the Ice Age quote. What is it? Like, you will have my fury. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you?
He's only saying
robot,
that.
bro.
He's only saying that so she could. It's funny. It's a flashback. It's his flashback, but then it's Wendy's flashback. But then it's them watching Wendy's flashback. But in the flashback, Wendy has a flashback of Ice Age. So like 5 flashbacks going on.
It was so shit. The way they did that, like, there's moments like that that are just terrible in terms of the editing. Like, I did like the scene where the kids were transitioning, and you kind of get the way they shot that flowed very nicely.
Yeah.
So it's not talentless hacks that we're dealing with here, but their vision just seems to be very mixed. And
right.
They don't know what they don't know what to do with this show.
Yeah.
Like that cyborg, his acting and everything about him is actually pretty interesting, but then the rest of the show seems so immature in comparison. I think if it was just about him trying to sabotage the ship and we slowly learn things over time and most of it was on there, it could have been interesting. But I don't know. Juggling too many things.
Go for Broke 231 says, Reaper, will you be watching Gen V Season 2?
Yeah, I vow to watch all of Eric Kripke's stuff and review him. He's not getting away with it. No one, everyone else has given up. I'm going to do The Boys review and Gen V, and he's doing an Immigrant spin-off, which, oh God. And then he's doing Vought Rising, a World War II spin-off. So I'll be the only person reviewing his shit shows.
You definitely will be.
James Busher says, hello all. Will Alien Earth still be being talked about in 2 weeks, or will it become an afterthought? Also, any good books you've read recently?
It's still on in 2 weeks. It's 8 episodes.
Yeah, it's still gonna be
going.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced it's massively being talked about even now. I mean, like, we're doing it because there's nothing else to talk about. But
right. It's just
I don't know,
topic today.
Like, if you don't sort of scroll through Twitter and see loads of people particularly engaging with that topic, I don't think. And I don't know. It doesn't strike me as the kind of thing that's going to get more interest over time. I just don't see it. But maybe I'll be proven wrong.
I think people might be interested in the trans allegory aspect to it, and they might just give it credit just for that alone and check it out. I also predict more retcons and nonsense within the next 6 episodes, so that might get people on board.
I mean, if they end it with just only doing this much damage, I'd be almost surprised. So, well, as for good books, well, because I stupidly locked myself into reading George R.R. Martin, it's still just that at the moment. But, plowing through the penultimate book, it's a bit of a slog.
Are you looking forward to being bitterly disappointed that you have to wait God knows how long for a sequel?
Yeah, pretty much. And like, I am already losing interest. I'm only doing it because I committed to do it for no particular reason. And it's well, fucking, I've got this far. I'm not going to stop. But it's
so much work for a cliffhanger.
It's terrible.
Big T says, honestly, in my opinion, Alien greater than Aliens.
Tighter in terms of the writing, but most people are going to find Aliens most entertaining. If I was introducing one or the other to a group of people who had no idea and they just wanted to watch a movie, it'd be Aliens, because I feel like more people would enjoy that. You're
always in the mood to watch Aliens. You have to be in the mood to watch Alien.
Perfect description right there.
Mm-hmm. Skullmaster says, Platoon, who do you think is going to use the nuclear weapon next outside of testing? Where do you think it will be used?
Interesting.
All right. Jesus.
It'll probably be one of the mad countries that really shouldn't have it but does. So India or Pakistan.
They have
yeah, they both have them. Well, we mean, fuck it, we pay for we pay for the Pakistani nuclear deterrent for nobody. I don't know, but like, because it's one of those unlooked at areas for the potential flashpoint in World War III. But India, Pakistan, and India, China, fucking India and China are always at small wars over the Himalayas. So something like that spiraling out of control. Or maybe Kim will get drunk one day and just press the button for a laugh.
Well, there's also a bunch of countries that unofficially have nuclear arsenals. Like, even after the Soviet Union fell, we don't even know most of that weaponry went.
Yeah.
Like, fucking...
Oh, yeah, we don't know where a load of it is. And then there were a bunch of countries that got really close to finishing it. And then under agreement with the States, they stopped at the technical capacity to do it. So Japan has the technical capacity in the sense that they could make one within a couple of weeks. I think Taiwan might be similar. Libya was kind of similar. Then they promised to get rid of them, so we stuck their leader on a spike. That's foreign policy. It makes a lot of sense.
Well, originally they went for Gaddafi because they went, we can't go for Syria, so we have to go for someone, so we'll go for Gaddafi. Like, that's the foreign policy. Well, we have to kill someone.
It's been at least 2 years since we last bombed the Middle East. What do we pay for this stuff for?
We've got a bunch of missiles, and it seems like a waste not to use them.
DGV says, I'm writing 2 scripts for YouTube videos refuting Alien 3, I believe, and later works. I was curious what you gents think of my name and logo.
DGV.
DG. Oh, I see it. I do see it.
I see it.
I see it.
Yeah. What's the V? Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
It helped if we knew what it meant.
No.
Well, I'll tell you, it really doesn't matter about what your logo looks like as long as you just stay consistent with it so it's recognizable in the future. That's all. It doesn't matter.
You can always change it. You can always go a rebrand as long as you don't keep doing it. Just do it once.
But if you are going to rebrand, do it earlier rather than later.
Yes, do it earlier rather than later.
Yep.
So, I am stuck with this stupid fucking AI profile picture forever.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
You're just...
This isn't my photo. I just stole this photo of Google. I have no idea.
Same with me. I don't know if I owe money for this lion or not. I just Googled it. Like, there we are.
One of the things that I do think you tend to have more success with, like, either a humanoid or an animalistic kind of avatar. Because like logos, which are just like letters or effectively, basically are just letters. They don't immediately stand out because everyone by default gets a letter on YouTube. So ideally, you want something which is like, this is definitively yours, and it doesn't look like anything that anybody else has got. Animals are easy to attach to, humans are easy to relate to. So one of the two tends to be sort of more popular than just letters, but I don't think it's a bad attempt.
If you want to do a Platoon does and have like a rig or whatever, or is it like a, what is it? Like
VTube?
Yeah, it's not like it's not VTube Studio rig, although it's the wrong avatar now. Yeah, that's true. It's hard to rig up some letters.
It is. It's missing a nose ring. Yep. What? You know, when I chose the blue, I was just going through a fucking manic episode.
I just want to say, I didn't bring it up once this podcast, so you can.
I did, but it was during the Alien article. They brought it up.
They brought it up, so yeah. Who wants to go first? No, Cynic, you go
watch
first.
It. Jaime Lannister.
Oh yeah, but this is always the thing, right? Because like he's ruined by the end.
Oh God!
So
it has to be someone who dies probably before season 4 in order for them to stay good.
If we're counting them for the whole story, we got like 4 people to pick from. So you kind of have to either pick them at their prime. Yeah, Tywin is the easy answer of who didn't get ruined. Bobby B, it's a good answer. Okay, I'll give you those answers in terms of like who didn't get ruined and like the other ones. Like, just pick a Lannister. Any single one of them was fantastic, from Tyrion, Jaime to Cersei to Tywin. Phenomenal. Tyrion got ruined. Well, I'm saying you got to treat them at their prime. If we're gonna base them off of season 8, then we got like
all
4
about
people.
how they died, how horrendously they were raped.
Okay, then Brienne. Brienne is the only one left that's not trash. Maybe Tormund or something. She's the only one who got a decent ending in season 8, getting knighted. So yeah, everyone's fucked. I've got like Brienne left, and like
you didn't like Euron going.
They've made actually quite an interesting point, which is that Tommen arguably makes the most sensible decision in the entire franchise because he yeets himself before it really goes downhill.
The real King's Landing. Well, Stannis was a dude I enjoyed every single second.
I liked Stannis. Yeah,
they fucked him over royally. But then you got the Onion Knight. You got so many side characters that are great. I can name like 30 characters.
And then they just become completely pointless and redundant or stupid at the end. Like
and they forget
I really like Varys, and then Oh god.
Oh god, Virus. Him and Littlefinger, the dynamic they had, the little verbal games they
Oh,
played.
so interesting.
I don't think it's physically possible for us to answer this dude's question without shitting on season 8. Completely. It's just not.
We've already got off schedule.
Already. It's not. It just happens organically every time.
Well, he
That's
knew
all I
what
have
he
to
was
say.
doing. He's
Yeah.
baited us and we
He
took
knows. He knows.
Lena Tyrell, yep, I like her as well. She was good.
Leno was
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah.
Oberyn was great while he lasted.
The
Yeah.
Hound.
The
Yeah.
Hound. You compare
Until
the
he-
first Clegane Bowl when him in the mountains scrapped it out to the second one where it was all like, this dragon.
He's a
there's smoke. It's
zombie.
just, that is one of
And
the best
he's-
examples of showing what made the show work, the simplicity, the low budget. And then fast forward to season 8, now it's a zombie battle with dragons and fire and brimstone. And it's like, just calm the fuck down.
And Arya goes all the
Arya.
way to King's Landing
It's
and
just-
goes,
just
nah.
shoot us. Nah, it'll be just leaves. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay.
Nick, this is why you have
Moving
to
on.
watch it so you can get derailed like the rest
Yeah.
of
The
God.
reason.
It's
the
so
reason.
important to how culture has evolved over the last few years. It's just-
It is.
It's such. It's like the proximate example of like how you ruin so many
Absolutely.
years of good work.
Well,
Yeah.
it must be weird because everyone goes, this is the next Game of Thrones, and you
Yeah.
don't have that reference.
Yeah, that's
I
the
did
thing. That's why
What
I
does that
mentioned Star
mean?
Trek. Also, like, I feel like I should watch that one day just for pop culture references and just just for context. It's an iconic series. Game of Thrones is that same thing. There's so many references and little conversations you're missing out on if you don't
Yeah.
understand what happened.
And if
And
you're
it's
not
just
like
one of
massively
those.
invested, then it just becomes really funny.
Yeah.
Because so many of them
Yeah.
say, "Oh, what's that? We've traipsed miles and miles north of the wall and got trapped. Quick, you random person,
Like-
run and get help!" And then you can just cut to a little map of him basically running across the entire distance of the fucking earth to get to a place where she flies back with dragons inside half an hour.
In one night.
Kit Harington had 8 seasons of dialogue, but the entire fan base remembers him for 2 lines. I don't want it. She's my queen. Like
She's my
that's,
queen.
that's like that's fucking incredible.
Like
that you can
when
do
he's
that.
executing Janos Slint, he's awesome. He's become the Knight Commander. He's
That's when he-
actually will. He's the man who gives the sentence carries out the punishment. Just like
Yes.
Ned Stark
Yeah.
talking
Are
to.
you disobeying my order?
I think we've settled it. So this is what happens when I come to visit you in America. When you say, "Oh, we could do loads of shit. We could go to New York. We could go to this." And I said, "Fuck it, no. We're going to watch Game of Thrones. Is what we're going to do all the
One
way
day
through
somehow,
from the
'cause-
beginning."
Just for context, because like even by accident the shit comes up and there's a million things to discuss. It's just it's the beast. There's just too much. Or better yet, go watch my fucking Jon Snow video. That'll
almost
summarize it real
We
quick.
almost got on the second super chat.
The intent
Almost.
matters. Get him in
It's
there.
related as well. It's the Daves again. Dan and
Oh,
Dave,
true.
even the D&D.
Oh, that was a terrible show. 3-body problem.
Oh, let's see. I'll read it out. Intent Matters. What's the show that had the most insufferable characters? I watched a couple of episodes of 3-Body Problem and wanted to strangle every single one of them. Why is YouTube censoring strangle? What the fuck?
Well, Alien Earth can be thrown in there pretty quickly, man. All these characters suck.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, yeah,
It's
I
so-
remember almost nothing about the 3-body problem except that I didn't like it. I don't really remember why.
Basically, the aliens are omnipotent, but they have to be retarded for the humans to win. It's like, why are you so shit? It every time we have these fucking villains,
Just-
like they don't know what lying is. And they go,
mostly,
what?
mostly unrelated. But I quite like the fact that someone's complaining in super chats. Why does YouTube censor strangle? And then somebody follows up with, "Yeah, it censors the most retarded things, which hasn't been censored." Great. I guess you could say it now.
I said it at I went to my high school reunion, my 20-year high school reunion a couple of weeks ago, and I just said retarded, and I made a couple of people like wince, and they were like, "Oh no, it's fine. I heard that word was making a huge comeback." And I was
It's
like, "I'm
in
doing my
fashion.
part, you know." But
Yeah,
Oh,
just make
that
it normal,
school.
man. Just gotta keep
Our
saying it.
school, we used to play like horrendously racist games. One was called Packy Spot. Does anyone know that one?
Oh my god.
Well, it's funny because it's not only incredibly racist, but it's also completely inaccurate because you slap people on the forehead until they get a big red spot. But it's Indians. It's actually Indian spot. It's not Pakistani spot.
Yeah, that's not a Pakistani thing. That's a Hindu thing.
That's why it's even more funny because it's also ignorance. Yeah, we were a rough school.
Spiegel says James Gunn didn't make a Superman. He made a fourth Guardians of the Galaxy. He has proven he can make team movies. Superman was just a bad team movie with a bit more focus on just one character.
It's completely true, because I feel like if Superman wasn't in that movie, he probably could have did the Justice League a bit more interesting and focused on them. We've seen it with the Suicide Squad, and we've seen it with the first Guardians. I'm not really a big fan of the other two, but yeah, he knows how to do that. But focusing on one character is just not his strength.
But even Supergirl, it's like Supergirl's traveling with another companion, and Lobo joins the team. It's just ragtag teams.
Yeah,
That's all he does.
he's found his niche.
Problem is, Superman can't shine because it overshadows the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's the flaw.
But isn't that the balance? Isn't that the challenge in a Superman like story? Like, you understand what you're dealing with here, but you need to be able to have him not overshadow the people, but also not be completely ignored. It's a difficult character to write, but they just keep fucking it up.
Well, he's not going to. He's got a formula that doesn't work, and he's sticking with it.
Big T sent in a couple supers here. Will y'all watch Lily Singh's comedy Doing It? Looks like the 40-year-old virgin written by Lily Singh.
Who was Lily Singh?
A very unfunny brown comedian.
Oh.
Where's Vex? That's
where's
one
Vex?
moment here
Yeah.
where we needed Vex.
Where are you, Vex?
Yes.
Big T also asks, have y'all heard of the Netflix show Tires? Shane Gillis made it. Pretty funny, and season 2 came out this year. I have heard of Tires, but I haven't watched it yet. I like Shane.
I know Shane
funny.
is funny. That's all I know.
Dragon Balls D. Frankie Boyle is my favorite comedian. His satirical, surrealist rants are some of the most original comedy I've heard. Watch the dogging monologue.
He was funny until he got a column in The Guardian, and then he became less funny.
Oh, he completely. He used to go for it. He was really edgy. Then he got cancelled and did a struggle session where he had to sit on a diverse panel, and go, "Oh, these whites. Oh, these white people." I'm like, "You're white, Frankie. You fucking idiot."
You moron.
Oh, it's embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
Big T also says, I thought Bros failed because it had little promotion. First ad I saw was on YouTube the week it came out. I also think it was just, the director was blaming straight people for not seeing the movie, even though it was targeted towards gay people, but
who also didn't see the movie,
who also did not see this film.
Yeah. But how fucked up is that, of just expecting your film to appeal to straight people? It's just, I don't know. Why would that be the norm? I think he'd be surprised.
Our allies didn't come out to support it.
Yeah. It's just strange, especially when you insulted them constantly.
That's be more than just be gay.
That's so weird, because I remember during Black Panther's premiere 1 and 2 that we were told white people needed to stay out of the theater.
No,
Weekend 1 was for us.
Don't even come to the theater, but buy a black person a ticket. That's
buy a black
person
person
to remember.
ticket.
Like, are you fucking? What are you doing?
Jedi, you should have done that to like a white liberal. Going, listen, give me a free ticket, some popcorn as well. I'll have a drink.
Stand on the street corner begging for.
Like, where's my
Black Panther.
ticket, bro? What the fuck? It's so stupid. That fucking video. My Black Panther review ends with a fucking Reaper moment. It's just me saying "fuck you," like pretty much it. That's it. There's a few of my videos that end with that, but that was the one in particular that I remember of just like, oh god, man, you just. One of the most embarrassing movies in terms of trying to make it something that it's not, this special groundbreaking new movie. No, it's just a shitty Marvel movie in the middle of phase 3 or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, but it was a shitty Marvel movie for black people specifically now.
I could not believe how bad that movie was when I watched it, and it was like ranked as like the #1 Marvel movie after all the other ones I'd seen. And yeah.
Well, Mikey Gussler says, would a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi make big bucks at the cinema?
Isn't Tobey Maguire in Doomsday as well? I'm sure I saw that written.
Probably. Oh no!
Yeah, he's in there.
Toby. Like, why? Why, Toby?
Yeah,
why?
He's gonna be in his gray shirt.
Is he really? Now I gotta ask.
Yeah,
I'm sure I might have just hallucinated it because fucking everybody else on the world is in that movie, but I'm sure I read it somewhere.
No, I saw that just the other day. He's gonna be in Doomsday.
Like he got
no,
a very
Tobey
positive.
Maguire is not officially confirmed to be in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars.
Is it rumored or confirmed? Because I do remember seeing that.
Well, there have been rumors and fan speculation about his potential involvement, particularly based on his return and blah, blah, blah. It's no official confirmation.
Yeah, if
apparently he's been spotted in the UK near the Doomsday set. So
okay,
make of that what you will.
Well, fuck the AI overview.
Well, if just quick question now. If you guys had the magic wand right now for DC or Marvel, we have access to all the superheroes. What do you think would be the safest project right now? Not outside of like an Avengers film or anything. Like, what do you think? What character do you think could actually bring superheroes back to the forefront?
Batman.
Yeah, well, it's like I can think of a bunch of one-off, like Old Man Blade, a Andrew Garfield maybe sequel. I can think of one-offs, but I'm not sure. It's basically Batman. Yeah,
I think a recast of Iron Man and Captain America would be huge.
Do you think people are ready for that though? Like they're still so attached to RDJ when it comes to Iron Man.
I think so. Like people really enjoyed Christian Bale as Batman. Heath Ledger is still considered the greatest Joker, but people accepted Joaquin Phoenix as a new version of it for the first.
Not Jared Leto,
but like you said, that works.
I know, but everyone's open to it. It's like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. People seem to be very open to new interpretations.
When
of
it
things.
comes
they
to
just
Batman,
take them as.
When it comes to Batman, they are. But look at Superman. We were just talking about that. So is Iron Man going to be like Batman, or is it going to be a fucking war like Superman?
Well, Superman's a bad film. That's the problem. So now you've got two camps who have made it political.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just have if you recast Robbie Downey Jr. and the film is good, most people accept it.
Yeah.
Plus, I think people accept a replacement when the thing before it is good. Like the Joker is great. We've had multiple great Jokers, multiple great Batmans. We haven't had a good Superman since Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
So everyone hates every other version that comes out because they're all equally shit.
Right. And people have, even though the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, those films weren't super well received, there were elements that were, including him.
Yeah.
And played a huge role. So there's an affinity for all three versions of those characters.
That's true.
I think they can do
part
it.
of the reason No Way Home worked.
Tobey Maguire would make a fortune. The novelty of it alone. I don't know about going forwards, but one-off, same as Old Man Blade. You keep the cost low, you can make like 500 million, 600 million.
I said that about Old Man Superman with Smallville, Tom Welling. Like, it'd be super low budget. You could do it. We saw it work with Logan. It took them 17 years, but they finally got the Wolverine character properly. So, yeah, I just learning from that would be great.
Reaper, there's a question for you from Intent Matters. When are you going to open floodgates of your unreleased content? You said August is the dry month so you can focus, but it's almost September.
I've got a throat infection. What was it called with your voice box?
Laryngitis effect.
I am eating about 500 strepsils. That's the only way I'm even talking now.
Fuck.
But then my voice is just, when I wake up, I go, ah! So yeah, I'm just writing reviews, but I can't voice any.
Did it start by any chance with like one of those colds where like it's just like back of your nose, throat kind of area? Because I've been feeling that basically all day.
Yeah, well, it starts off as a cold and then it just went further south.
Oh, good.
Nice.
So one of you fuckers has given me the internet AIDS. Fantastic.
That is the worst feeling when you can feel yourself getting sick. It's like, shit.
Yeah,
it's only going to get worse.
I've got so much recording I need to do over the next few days. It's not going to happen.
It's been about a week something now, and like they said, it could go up to 3 weeks. I'm like, for fuck's sake, this was the month I was actually going to be productive.
Mikey Gusler says the best Tarantino film is Jackie Brown. I like Jackie Brown. I don't think it's his best, but
good performances.
Yeah,
I like that. Robert De Niro shoots the woman.
Yeah,
I'd be curious to rank them. Like go through all his films and properly rank them.
Yeah.
DGB also says, I wish you guys had addressed Nobody 2. Really good sequel. Got me to watch John Wick again. And now I'm convinced Nobody is John Wick if his wife had lived.
I have not seen Nobody 1.
I haven't either.
Neither have I.
Damn. wrong panel for that movie. So.
It just felt like they all blend in my head. Equalizer, Taken, Nobody.
Yeah.
I just felt like there was this weird
Beekeeper, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they all just
Working Man.
blend in my head. I'm not really sure what to do with any of them, but the
Well, it's
first
just
John Wick's pretty fun.
It's just old man action films.
Yeah, there's a market for that for sure.
I'm here to break hips and kick ass.
But like the first Taken was fun. It was just nice seeing like all the steps that he took, but then it just turned into a meme.
Big T says, speaking of Apu, the main kids in South Park are friends again with Mr. Hanky after South Park Snow Day.
I don't consider South Park Snow Day a canon event. That was an incredibly disappointing game.
Oh, it was like just a cash grab. It felt like.
Yeah.
Gameplay sucked ass.
It was because it's like a basic roguelite stuff, which was boring after 4 minutes. It just doesn't work in 3D. The thing is, they knew it doesn't work in 3D because they did the shitty N64 game, and after that they said it was shit and we'll never do it again. And yet here we are in 2024, and they did it again with South Park Snow Day, and it just doesn't work. Never will. Also, it just isn't funny, and none of the writing is there. After Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole, which are really quite good, they're funny games, and the story's better in the first one, and the gameplay's better in the second one. But this one was just.
It felt like
this could be any franchise.
Like in the first one, A Stick of Truth, they climb into Mr. Slave's ass to dismantle a bomb.
Yeah.
Like it has nothing that close in Snow Day.
No, there's so many things like that. It's because you got the Nazi zombie fetuses, so you get like a line from the cop outside the unplanned parenthood. Like, what would we find in a recycle bin outside an abortion clinic? Oh.
Kim Kardashian aborts the biggest baby ever, and it's this gigantic fetus that eats people.
Oh, it's such a good game.
I'll have to play that again.
Hispanic a la carte says, Platoon, favorite Gundam show, go.
Oh, fuck. That's a difficult one. I don't know. Because it's favorite in different ways. Gundam Wing is just funny, and it's what I grew up with, and so I like it, but it makes no fucking sense. Seed I also grew up with, and is also really funny, and so angsty that it's kind of delicious, but is also quite terrible. Zeta is one of the old good ones that everybody seems to like, and if you cut down maybe 2/3 of the episodes, it's quite good. And then I actually quite like some of the little short stories from the side of like the 1 Year War stuff, like the 8th MS team. I like that one. That was pretty good. So it depends what you mean. Do you like it for nostalgia or for comedy, or because it's actually telling a good story with good characters? Because there are different answers to each one.
The only one I watched was Unicorn. I just remember the soundtrack being great. That was
it. The soundtrack was okay. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I finished. I need to finish that one because I didn't have time at the time it came out.
Wander Girl says, I recently posted a video in which I discussed YouTube policies and conspiracy theories about their shenanigans, and I got 0 views in the first 24 hours. I find that suspicious.
They're gonna promote a video that snitches on them. They're an evil corporation.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing fucking weird things counting views at the moment anyway, because I think when they experimenting with some change in how views are counted, so like it has to be an engaged view, which means that you have to have done something like comments and or likes and or watch the set percentage for the view to count. I know there was some playing around on the back end.
That's some fucking nonsense because most people watch without commenting. Like you can't just change that fundamentally.
Yeah.
Big T asks or says, I don't know yet. Reaper, that UN censorship department will be memed out of existence like America's censorship department in 2022.
It is funny. You've basically got the whole tyrannical bureaucracy of the world versus a bunch of autistic kids on the internet. Who will win? Who will lose? My money's on your autistic Redditors and fucking 4chan users.
Wanna Girl also says, Banny thing make people wanty thing more. Yahtzee Croshaw.
I don't know who that is, but that is correct.
Yes.
Funny was like an ancient quote from China. There is a wisdom in these words.
Taker 610 Platoon. All you have to do to be an official Longman is to visit Longman Road in Inverness, Scotland.
Is there actually a Longman Road? Okay.
Huh. I'll be damned. Wiz Nilly P says, "Fuck the Last Jedi."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
It is mad. That how long ago was that? Like 7-8 years ago.
2017 November.
Wow, 8 years ago.
November. You got the day.
Yep, I remember. I remember specifically.
It's like 9/11 and TLJ.
That was a lot of people's 9/11. It was the
Yeah.
Big Bang. It started like a revolution on
It was worse.
online media. Yeah, it's insane.
I
It
mean,
opened
we
up
have to
so many
live
people's
on.
eyes.
I mean, 9/11, once that plane hit and the Semtex went off and all the shenanigans,
Mm-hmm.
I put down my Alien review. I've basically went, how come this spaceship can hit a tower and not collapse it? But a regular plane with regular jet fuel.
Yep.
Can xenomorph blood melt steel
Melt.
beams?
I
is the
guarantee
question.
I will have a 9/11 Wikipedia entry underneath my thing. I did it with Snow White. I went, Snow White's worse than AIDS. And he went, listen, AIDS is a disease.
One more super chat came in from Joey DH. Was Bros liked by gay people either? It's a pretty unpleasant film.
No, evidently not. I mean, this is the thing. There are more gay people out there than are reported, and there's reported to be quite a lot of them. They will show up for shit, and they will show up for a lot of the same shit that women will show up for, which is usually awful. And they didn't show up for this movie, and girls didn't show up for this movie. But like, so many gay things are incredibly popular. It's just not this movie, in which case it's not the fault of the straights that it wasn't watched, because evidently you pissed off the gays as well.
Gotta stop the straights.
But like, it's like you have Queer Eye on Netflix. Because
Yes.
gay and women are cross-pollinate. They're the same audience. Well,
Yeah.
mostly. But it's just a shit film. That's just the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why it's called Bros as well?
Yeah, and it's
You
called
did-
Bros.
Listen, bro, I want to get inside your asshole, bro.
Mhm.
Did he talk like that? Because that's weird.
The poster was super gay too, so just two dudes with
Putting
their
out
hands
there.
in their
Yeah.
pockets. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, it's an incredibly gay film, but not in
It's a
that
very
way.
gay movie.
Wasn't Brokeback Mountain successful and gay people like that?
Oscar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a very gay movie, but it was a good movie.
There
It
you
was a
go.
good movie. Lots of people liked that movie. Lots of gay people liked it. Lots of women liked it. Some straight people liked it. So like, fucking just make a good movie, and it turns out people will watch it.
Exactly.
I couldn't watch
Comes
it
down to
because you get the accusation of gay. So
yeah.
you're trying to put it on and go, well, I know it's an Oscar film, but if I'm caught watching this.
do you remember Oz in the 90s? The show Oswald Penitentiary? About the
Oh, is that the one where like
the one
J.K.
with the-
Simmons kept raping
yes,
everyone?
yes. The whole all the commercials were just dongs and rape and all sorts of that. So I thought it was like a gay porn show. So many people didn't want to watch it, but it was
Yeah.
actually a really popular show on HBO showing like the life and time maximum security. And like it was like a 5-season drama where you get all these characters and their arcs and whatnot. But the amount of people that didn't watch it because of the way it was marketed, it's just yeah.
Just all the rape.
It was nuts.
I think that does do it for all the super chats, and I guess that'll do it for this episode, but not for the stream. I did manage to successfully time everything correctly, so the link to BSUP After Dark is in the description of this episode.
Ah.
Believe it
I
or
have
not.
also linked it for the redirect, and I did it more than 10 minutes ago.
Nice.
So, we're getting better
Wow.
at this.
Yeah.
God
Cynic
damn.
had loads of slides, and you've done that. We're coming together now.
What is
nice.
this
the fuck?
professionalism?
Amazing.
I hate it.
Well, even though we are sticking around, we will go around the panel and just see what everyone's up to. Starting with you, Mr. Brooks.
Dropped the video on Jurassic World Afterbirth. It's fucking trash. Just comparing it to the writing of the first and the lack of effort put into these series and why they're never ever gonna fucking change. It's the whole franchise just needs to die at this point. I'm also working on a video comparing horror CGI and practical effects, the benefits of both, and just how to utilize it. And very fun video. I'll have that out soon.
Oh yeah. And Reaper, I know you're sick. So
Why bother asking
yeah.
me?
Yeah.
But like, it's the
No
one
need.
week I can't talk. Is the one week I'm on 3 podcasts.
Yeah, you're everywhere this week.
Well, what about you, Platoon?
Speaking of Jurassic World, yeah, I also have a video on that, which is it was supposed to be out on Friday, didn't make it out on Friday. Was going to be out Saturday, didn't make it out then. Was going to be out yesterday. Nah, it didn't. And then nope, still not out. It's done. It's sitting there. It's just waiting for the go signal. So hopefully tomorrow that will be out. And sort of it's a broader. It's mostly looking at Afterbirth, but also using that as an excuse to talk much more extensively about like the originals and the books, and then like the way the rest of the world franchise has gone. Sort of similar to Jedi Brooks in that it's like comparing the ideas that used to exist in this franchise and the complete dearth of ideas that now exist in this franchise, making the case that it needs to die. So that'll be out hopefully tomorrow, which is a nice short video, clocking in at about 2 hours and 40 something minutes.
Good lord.
Nice.
Did Universal give you any problems, or was it smooth?
Well, weirdly not that many, to be honest, compared to how they used to be. I went through like maybe 30 copyright upload attempts, which for me is actually quite a low number, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, they're pretty relentless, but if you got lucky, it's good stuff. Mine should have been like 3 weeks ago, man. They're terrible.
I'm gonna do a Jurassic World video as well, but I think I'm just gonna review all the movies in an attempt to do a 1 hour video.
Yeah. It'll be an excuse to rewatch Dominion because that shit's hilarious.
Oh,
great.
That was one of my biggest points of like Dominion's one of the worst movies ever, but this movie like reminded me of the power of boredom. I'd rather have a Dominion where there's stuff to laugh at and break down and compare than Afterbirth where it's just nothing. It's so worthless. So yeah, pretty terrible direction to take this franchise right now.
One more super came in. Dragon Balls D said, I think there's a bug when switching streams. Haven't been able to super chat or normal chat after it switches to Cynic's channel. Made a bug report. Weird. Sorry to hear that.
Maybe on the list.
You're on the list. I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
But thanks for letting us know. I can't imagine that you're on some sort of list on my channel.
Maybe it's
your channel's on the list.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it's because I swear in the first 5 seconds.
Talking about your fucking itchy asshole at the beginning.
Well, all right.
Like a guru on the mountain. I was struck with that.
Oh god. Well, we will see everyone over there. It should redirect, and catch you next week if you don't follow us and see you over on my channel.
Might not. I might be away next week because the fucking weddings this time of year are horrible.
Yes,
24-hour EFAP anniversary on Saturday, which will take me into Sunday, and then I've got a stag do on Monday. So I'm just not going to sleep, basically. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. So we might be here next week, or we might not, depending on timing.
All right, fair enough.
Is the heat wave still going on? Because like, if it goes all the way to Monday, I had to go to a wedding on the hottest day of the year, and a few people collapsed.
Holy shit!
That makes weddings so much more fun, though.
I got hammered. The only liquid was booze.
See you on the next stream, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Fuck you.